Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Yeah, my pa used to show me how to mow the lawn by pulling it, never being able to get it to start.
Pull the string.
Yeah.
Larry's.
My dad would do it 20 times. He'd have to wipe the sweat from his brow. I'm
Right.
thinking he's mad at me.
He can't
I'm
get
saying,
it
should I give it a pull?
And then and then end up you guys just go back inside. Be like, screw it. You know what? I heard the White Sox are on.
Let's get along, guy.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Tuesday, August 13th, 2024. The Bubba the Love Sponge show. Welcome, everybody. Lummy, I got my do I look fancy? Do I look fancy on camera? I think we're still catching up for the cameras.
Yeah, we're still in wide mode.
We're still on wide mode. We're still on kick out wide mode. That's okay. They'll get it narrowed in here soon.
Did you decide to start dressing sexier?
No, once it's on camera, there you go.
Wow. Wow.
Actually, Cable Dog, the great Cable Dog.
Of course, Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer, Cable Dog, along with his rest in peace. What was his brother? What was his dad's name? Mac. Mac was. I remember one time Mac was the life of one of the two Barps ago before he passed.
Yes, he was.
And so anyway, I think Cable Dog has a bass fishing team up there in Indiana. They have, well, I think Florida has all kinds of fishing tournaments and teams and kingfish teams and tarpon teams. And,
yes.
Right.
And there's bass teams down here too.
Right. Well, he's Cable Dog is part of a bass fishing team. And this is their official, the shirt that they wear. and then Lummy on the back's got the Bubba Army gimmick.
Oh, nice. And those things are comfortable, too.
Well,
and light.
They are, but they are. I see Bass Pro Shops, Tracker, got the Bubba Army gimmick on the back. They are, and they're good for, they're really lightweight, and they're really good for, sun protection.
Yeah, they got that SPF material.
You're a lot of guys that are really, really, really into fishing, they put the, oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, Sethy.
Oh, my God. I was just saying how horny I was.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You're horny over my red shirt?
Yeah, I think Bubba, I think you should get a bunch of these, and this should kind of be your new look.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's a better look than the T-shirt look for you.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's the evolution.
All right.
Of Bubba the Love Sponge.
All right.
And
and if I get some of Dan, maybe get some of that new hair stuff that Dan's got. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even think you need that, but if you get the new hair from Dan and you get a few more of those dry fit little
zip up willies.
Oh my God! I mean, dude.
Yeah.
We're back on top.
And here's the deal. I mean, I need to probably give this to the merch crick because I don't think we've ever come up with anything like this, Bubba Army wise.
No, we've talked about it, but you didn't like that material because your nipples were too sensitive.
No.
Oh, you got to put tape on your nipples or something?
I don't have tape on my nipples right now.
So maybe that's a little bit different of a material than...
I mean, when I wear a shirt like this, I wear an undershirt.
Oh, okay.
So you can't see my nipple because I got very, very aggressive nipples.
Oh, they protrude?
Oh, man.
Wow.
If I was just to wear this by itself, I'd have to put Band-Aids over my nipples just because they're just they just...
Should we send if you sell these, Bubba, should we send Band-Aids with them?
No.
Like a box of Band-Aids with the little pullover?
No.
Okay, all right.
Jesus, now I got to buy a $3 box of Band-Aids.
Throw
that. I mean, are you trying to mess with my margins?
No, I got
merchandise goes to the bottom line of our business, which help pays your paycheck. Don't mess my margins up.
I was just trying to make things fun.
Oh, okay.
You get fun Band-Aids signed by Bubba the Love Sponge and this whole crew.
Have you seen those little Band-Aids, those little dots? You could never sign them. I could maybe put a B on them.
Okay, well, it's better than nothing.
Let me call Kevin from Sunbelt. Tell him to come get our jib.
Will do. Yeah, I'll shoot him a text this morning.
I was going to get on that.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, please, no.
I was thinking about doing a bit where, I get on it, and then Lummy throws me, an alley-oop, and so I can dunk it from up there.
All right, hold on. So you want to make it so it's right underneath the basket, and then you just are just alley-ooping?
Yeah, he's lobbing it to me. I thought we could maybe make some content before they take it away.
I'm just afraid. Lummy,
someone's got to hoist me up in that thing.
If we were to do that, somebody's going to have to drive it for him because he will take out...
The fence?
He'll take out... No, you know what he'll do? You know what he'll do? He'll hit a power line and kill himself.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we don't need that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you got to about that. When you're up there, Seth, in the basket, you got to drive it from up there.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, you can barely drive your Ford Hemi, which is a regular car made for roads. This is I
didn't think about electrocuting myself. So
yeah, if you get up and hit most of those power lines, I think are coated. I don't know any of them. I don't know.
Either. I wouldn't test it, though.
Wait, what do you mean? You could touch it and you're fine?
Yeah.
I think Botcher's kind of a pro on that.
Yeah, I'm not saying I know anything about electricity. I'm not saying that I'm Bubba Nash and I know that which power lines are coated with a big, hard plastic thing over it. I don't know. I assume that every power line I see could potentially kill you.
Yes, me too.
That's the best policy.
Right.
But could you touch one, Macho, and be okay?
The high voltage? No.
No, but ones that are coated, that have coating on them.
Basically, if I hit my head into one of the power lines outside here, would I?
The ones that have coating on it are normally fiber or coax for cable. They're not power lines.
Yeah, real power lines will kill you. They will just fry you instantaneously. And the thing about it is, you can't let go. So that's the thing. You could touch it, but you probably it sucks you onto it.
Okay. Well, is there a way for me to do it without dying today?
No, I think that we're gonna have Sunbelt come pick it up, and we'll be done with it.
So you're saying no stunts or gimmicks in the jib?
How about just shooting some baskets
from it?
No, from the ground.
Oh, okay, that could be fun too, I guess.
I mean, I think
it's a normal shit.
I got you, Bubba. Yeah.
The jib is a tool that we use this weekend. We don't need you playing on the heavy equipment.
It's not a toy. I got you.
You want to make it a toy, but it's not.
I'm sorry. I will respect your manly equipment.
Thank you. So anyway, Cable Dog, thank you so much for my boat, my Bass Pro Shops tracker boats, Bubba Army fishing deal. It's giving me a new idea of coming up with maybe a Bubba Army one of these kind of deal.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Make it all maybe black and red like this is. Bubba Army logo, just maybe right there, and then in the back, and then.
I think when you're doing the rounds for the doc, and you're doing interviews, and you're going on Hoppy Hour and stuff, I think you're gonna have something sharp to wear, and I think that would be it.
Yeah, let me see. Don't even put it over. Don't even put it over. He's trolling us. He's no better. He's no better than the assholes that say mean things about us. So he's just doing it internally. So if you don't put over the Hoppy Hour, if you just let it slide, then hold on. Then he gets upset that you didn't put it over, and he'll start playing little mind games with himself that it wasn't funny enough.
No, I got a million more, Bubba. I never get too phased about something being funny or not.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Uncle Eric, 50 on the Cash App.
I'm shooting for, listen, whether it happens or not, I'm shooting for Rogan and Tucker. Now, I'm good friends with Tucker. I'm pretty good friends with Joe. Joe and I communicate. He follows us on our Twitter. Lummy, you can see I've had some communications with him.
Yes.
I've read the DMs. He said just let him know, and just let him know a few weeks out.
All right, so
that's awesome.
I mean, I got to think that if when I promote this documentary, I think it's no secret that I got one coming out, and it's supposed to come out October 1st. That's what, and it's a 3-part series. Listen, the Gawker audio article yesterday, pretty much talked about it. I don't know that I can give you the title to it yet because it's still. I think it's done. First of all, I only know what they tell me. It's not my project. Like, I don't know, but they tell me that all 3 episodes are done, and they're at, I guess when you do stuff like this, you have to have an entertainment legal lawyer go all through it and make sure that there's no copyright, everything's fair use. There's no defamation or slander, that any opinion that you would give of somebody as a public figure, like there's a whole big like standards and practices that you have to, so that when you're shopping it to the various places, you can say that it's already been, legally cleared. So there's no secret. I think the cat's out of the bag that I got a 3-part series. I wish I could tell you the title, but I don't know that they've gotten that cleared yet.
You think some people are sweating it?
Everybody should be sweating it because I'm telling the truth. I mean, I'm not shying away from the fact that I should have never recorded it. I'm not shying away from the fact that not only should I not have recorded it, but I should not have then transferred it to DVD and taken it to my office. I'm like, so I don't want everybody to think that this is like the people that are putting this together. When they interview me, I'm interviewed quite a bit, but like they don't hold back any punches. They're not trying to make me. They're really. I mean, it probably will make me look better with regards to people that have an opinion about the Hogan sex tape. It might.
But you're never set up to be the hero of this story,
right? No, I'm not. I'm not here to be the victim or the hero. I'm just here to tell the truth on things that happened that the media never covered. A couple of which are pretty major, but never on there. Am I like, I'm just telling you, man. Like, everybody should feel sorry for me because in fact, there's instances where they're like, you really messed up here. You're really a scumbag. Like Tom Bean, they interviewed Tom Bean a few times, and Tom Bean's like, I represent Bubba since '94, and the moments that he's put me through, I'm like, can you be any dumber? Can you be any? Can you just be any stupider than you are? God, you idiot!
Is there a chance we can get some documentary groupies from this?
What do you mean?
I don't know, some women that are like really, really into the documentary that they kind of want to.
I think. Listen, here's the deal. I think anything in life, anything, is going to have a portion of people that are into it, like that are really into it. There'll be probably a handful of people that might be this documentary's, like a big fan of it. I don't know. All I need is for a lot of people to go watch it, and you can then form your own opinion about it. And I think that, listen, starts out with me being 100% of the dick. Like right now, if you're to ask anybody, in fact, we got a piece from Dutch Mandrell or something. I guess he's a
former wrestler.
Yeah, he was.
He was a manager on TV for a while too. He was Zeb Coulter in WWE.
Yeah, there you go. Zeb Coulter.
Did he have a big run?
No, I got Zeb Coulter, part of a podcast, and now that TMZ had their thing over the weekend, and then last week, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have announced that they're going to do, I don't know if it's a biopic or it's a feature film or it's a documentary and it's called Killing Gawker.
Probably got to be a feature film, right? I mean, if
Right.
Ben Affleck's going to be Hulk Hogan, I feel like they'd want people to see it.
So it's based on this guy named Ryan Holiday. It's his book, and I read the book, and they have most of the facts correct. Whether they cover it or not has been yet to be determined, because a lot of people have the facts that I'm going to uncover. They've just chose not to make a big deal about it, because if you make a big deal about it, then it somewhat vindicates me. And I'm not looking to be vindicated. I mean, I've paid my price for this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everything that I had that was valuable, basically the sex tape, I mean, I would have never settled for $5,000 and I had to get on the air and do a public apology to Hulk Hogan. I would have never had done that. I would have, my attorneys, when this first came down, they were like, we're not. Hogan's attorneys come over to us and like, hey, well, we'll let you out of the lawsuit. And they propose what they proposed, $5,000 and sign over the rights to the tape. Well, I can remember like it was nothing. Tom Bean's like, why would we want to do that? You can sue Bubba for $100 million, but you're going to need Bubba to be your friend, not your foe. Like I'm just saying. So we were kind of in the driver's seat, Lummy, of owning the. I'm not going to sign over the rights to that tape. It's my tape, my house, my wife, my camera, my everything, my shadiness, my kink, my problem. So I'm going to hang on to something that can potentially get out of free jail card. And so Cox comes to me and tells Tom Bean, you need to get this thing settled immediately or we're going to fire Bubba. And this is, Lummy, March of 12.
Well, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, March of 12. They're like, little do they know their people released it. It's such it's so unbelievable how it all went down. And it's so unbelievable the people that got away with it that it's unbelievable. If that makes sense. Right?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't even write it. Well, we did write it. Hopefully you'll be watching it soon. So maybe today might not be the best show, like I'm sure, Lemmy, that the haters will be analyzing this show and they'll find 75 things that I did wrong and how many times I hit the cough button and just everything how they hate about the show. That's great. I no problem. But, I had a very as Merch Crick's mom, Virginia, took her last breath at about 2:00 yesterday, and the family was gathered around her, and all holding hands. And there was a Catholic. I think she was Catholic. I think Virginia was Catholic. It was a Catholic priest, Hispanic. Very hard to understand.
Was he talking fast too?
Talking fast, yeah. and so, but as you're gathered around, it puts life in perspective. It's tough to be critical and just hate on people and just do the kind of show that we need to do. Let me the cynical based, whatever kind of show that we do. It's tough when you're gathered around a human being that's part of your family that you love, and the preacher's there giving the last rites to that person, and then the crew comes in, the medical crew, the hospice / we're going to pull the machine, and she will, we're going to give her a bunch of medication so that she doesn't, it's not a painful event, that she goes quietly. But I've been through now, 3 of these. Pete Boleov, obviously enough. Hulk Hogan's dad was the first one that I went through. Then my stepfather, and now Virginia. But
how many people do they let anybody in the room?
No, usually just immediate family. Like just, like.
How many people were in there yesterday?
It was just me, Vicente, Merch Crick, Tara, and Carlos. That's it.
Oh, wow.
And so we were gathered around, and it went, it went formatically the way it's supposed to go. And she took her, gas. It seemed to be like she gasped a couple times, and then just kind of like that. And then, the machine that monitors your heart, flatlines. But they did turn the audio, like Lemmy, it went to, you could see it was flashing 0 red.
They turned the audio off?
But they turned the audio off.
So you don't have to hear that's good.
That, they really, I'm not going to necessarily talk about I can tell you where we were at Largo Medical, and it's where, God, let me. I didn't know that Largo Medical was such a trauma center. Like they do heart transplants and like.
Yeah, you don't think about it because it's in Largo.
Yeah, it's in Largo. It's like, oh my God, but it's really quite nice, and it's really a big time sling and recognized hospital. So they really did the best, that in this particular circumstance. Even knowing to do that's kind of cool because you watch movies and stuff, and then you hear the flat line, ding, and then obviously they have no heartbeat, whatever patient that machine is on, and that's just kind of, I don't know, not surreal, but just kind of, I don't know. So they know to turn that down. So I wouldn't say it was kind of cool. It was just, thoughtful.
How's Erica doing?
She's not doing good at all. This is her mother. This is her mother.
Is there any relief that her mom's not hooked up to a machine anymore? Or?
Yeah, there is a little bit of that. There's more like
sadness.
I can't believe I lost my mom at 68.
Yeah.
My mom, who wasn't a smoker, wasn't overweight, didn't have any comorbidities. Is that what they call? Like people that got COVID and they were super, super fat.
Like pre-existing conditions.
Yeah, or a smoker, or just, something that could potentially not be favorable for your lungs. Usually they can get through it. And, she a month ago went into the hospital with COVID and with a pneumonia kicker, and the COVID ravaged through her lungs and honeycombed them, which means that like permanently scars them. And then her little lungs just couldn't keep up. So they were running her through an ECMO machine. They transferred her from Trinity up by Pasco, Lummi off of 54, which is a pretty good hospital, but not nearly like Largo Medical. So they transferred her to Largo Medical, and once we got to Largo Medical after spending a week at Trinity, we thought, this was a pulmonary. Not every hospital has an ECMO machine. So this, Largo Medical has an ECMO machine, which is what we were told was the machine that she needed to be on to potentially fix her lungs or to get her lungs to start repairing themselves. And so, eventually, after 14 days, the nurses and the doctors and the pulmonologist and all that, this was 2 days ago, we're like, listen, she's not getting any better. Like, she's not, I don't know. And so at that point, Lummi, we were just trying to get her strong enough to be able to walk with a ventilator, but get up and be conscious and walk. And then at that point, she was going to be transferred to TG Tampa General, which is like, if you ever got an opportunity, is there anybody in, like, just note to self, Seth, whether you're talking about your parents, whether you're talking about somebody that know's parents, whether you talk about somebody that just, if you know anybody that needs really, really, really outstanding, the best of care, the best hospital in this area is Tampa General. It's like the number one trauma unit. It's the only place that can do lung transplants. It's like, if you got an opportunity to take your loved one to Tampa General, and Lummi, you got the right insurance.
They got like a fleet of helicopters too, don't they?
They sure do.
Oh my God, it's the best. And so, as we were at Largo Medical, they don't do lung transplants. They do heart transplants. They do kidney transplants. They don't do lung transplants. So, we get to Largo Medical. They get her on the ECMO machine. 2 Fridays ago, there was, Virginia was conscious and, blowing kisses and waving at people, although she couldn't talk. And then they put her in a medical-induced coma because she was, she needed to rest in order to heal her lungs. And it just never it just never panned out. So we had a long road ahead of us with regards to getting her stable enough and conscious enough at Largo Medical to walk. Then, Lummy, we had to get on the lung transplant list, transfer her over to TGH, and hope that her body was strong enough to get a lung transplant. And then if you look in the lung transplant, I think everybody Googled it as part of the family, but nobody wanted to talk about it. But, a lung transplant at best for a person Virginia's age gives you like 3 to 5 years, and if you have a lung transplant, like you have to be almost boy in a bubble kind of deal where any type of infection can really, really, cause major problems. So, it was just, I am not saying that Virginia no longer being with us is a good thing. I'm just saying that she can finally rest. And it was a very long uphill battle for her. And, she just, poor little, she just couldn't do it with all the technology. And here's what I understand. Here's what I understand. And Dan's obviously not here to give us a doctor's perspective.
Can we call him because it's 3 a.m. in San Jose?
No, that's not.
Okay.
You're really. Earlier you wanted to go to my apartment and get in bed with Vicente, and then then you went over to the. Can I use the jib to do act like I'm Michael Jordan and dunk, and can I do that? And can we call Dan at 3 a.m. California time? You really shot out of a cannon. It's like you're almost playing that baby face Dan role, which I like.
I just figured that you might not be in the most creative of spirits today, so I'll keep chucking horrible ideas at you.
That'd be great. I'll keep shooting them down.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, maybe one. You know what, Seth? Maybe one will stick. Maybe one will stick.
I'm not phased.
Let's pray.
Okay, we'll see. I got till 10, baby.
Let's pray. Okay. So anyway, I was driving home. Yes. By the way, this guy named I forget his name. He sent a message to the show.
Clay.
Yeah, Clay. I was driving over there in the Bubba Army Crown Vic Willie, and this badass triple axle dump truck, all aluminum. Bad, you can look at a triple axle dump truck and see if it's high dollar or not. Like if it's got the aluminum bed and it's got the pull up third wheel. And this guy, anyway, this badass up at West Bay and Belcher. This badass semi dump truck pulls right beside me and gives me the and then gets out of the truck and goes, Bubba Army. And I'm like, oh, man, thank you. So he actually emailed the show and said, I'm friends with your Uncle Bruce. And so I emailed him back and I said, do you listen to the show, and by what means do you? And then I told him to give me his sizes and stuff like that. And I'm going to send him a nice little care package.
Oh, nice.
But as I'm driving back yesterday, I'm just, I've been crying. I had cried so much yesterday. I got there at 11. I got there at 11. Because from here, I went back to my apartment, and Vicente was coming in from, where they live up north in Pasco, kind of by you, Lummy.
Yes.
And so Merch Cook was already at the hospital with Carlos. Tara was en route from her house. And then I told Merch Cook, just have Vicente meet me at our apartment and we'll drive over together. No sense of, So we drove over together, and then driving back home, Vicente rode with his mom, Merch Creek, which he needed to. So I was by myself, and I was kind of thinking, I maybe tomorrow is the first day that I take a bereavement, day off, a personal day off, just because I've just been, I've been crying all day. I got a headache. I don't know that I can go on the air and act like I'm really, really excited to be here and entertain you. But then again, I'm like, you know what? Man up, man up. and you owe it to your listeners who support you and pay the bills and, watch the YouTubes and join the Facebooks and watch the Instagrams and donate to Money and on Me for Barp and Bubba Army Royalty. I would be, kind of screwing them out of a show if I wasn't here. So I just, I'm like, listen, quit being a bitch. There's nothing you can do about it. She's in a better place. You did what you needed to do. Be there with the family, formatically. I think I did what I needed to do. And I was there, there for Merge Crick. Just you're going to work tomorrow. So I'm here today. So, whatever.
I'm sure Merch Cricket, she's sleeping, right?
Yeah, I told her just, I maybe even gave her a few TT9 nights.
Oh. So she's going to be out for a while?
Well, I mean, yeah, she might be. So
wow, okay.
I gave her a few. I just gave her one little thing that
it's cool, man,
to take the edge off.
Yeah, you know her.
So she might get like a really good night's sleep tonight. She may have gotten a really good night's sleep.
It's probably been a while for her, though.
But here's the thing. Here's the poor thing for her, is that so her mom, Virginia, who we lost, her mom since has remarried to Carlos, Coke Can Carlos.
Yeah.
And I married him, Lummy, here at the studios. Remember?
Yeah.
And that was like 2 months ago. Well, for 40 years, Virginia was married to, a guy named George, who's Merch Crick's dad. And he lives right by Merch Crick. Let me out there in Pasco County, a lot of times they'll get like 10 acres and they'll put like 3 houses on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the Merch Crick situation is.
Little family farm.
They got I think they got like 10 acres.
Oh, nice.
And Merch Crick has her house. Virginia had her house. And George had his house. Even though Virginia and George broke up, they were still friends. That's how they kind of do it in the redneck community. I'm sorry, not the redneck community. Let me the rural areas of the world. You get divorced and you just move in the back part of the property and build your little house back there.
Yeah, you move a couple acres away.
Right. Well, but you're still,
Yeah.
So anyway, the reason why George wasn't there. By the way, George's nickname is Boo Boo. I'm giving you a bunch of information here. His name's Boo Boo.
Is that what you call him?
Yeah, Boo Boo. You call him Boo Boo.
Okay.
And he wants to be called Boo Boo. And supposedly, like back in the 60s or something, Lummy, he was like a Golden Gloves boxer. And so, and I don't know how old he is. I know he's over 6. I think he's like maybe close to. I think he's in the 70s. But he's still pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? But Boo Boo is, he's kind of like the Seth Kushner of our program. He's kind of the
heart and soul.
No, the
cheap one.
No, the least stable. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
The kid,
and he's a Golden Glove boxer.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. There you go, Seth. You got that going for you.
You're saying I have CTE?
You're the least stable, but you might have some boxing skill sets.
Great.
You're being compared to Boo Boo. So the reason why now Boo Boo has a reputation of losing it.
Oh,
Yeah, losing it. Like either emotionally or meanness. Like, Boo Boo still goes down to this little bar in Dade City, Lummy, with his 56 Chevy, on Friday nights, and we'll get into a fight.
oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding you. I'm not. One time, Merch Crick and I, two Indiana trips ago. 2 Indiana trips ago, Lummy, because we go to Indiana. Me and the Merch Crick go to Indiana every end of August.
yeah. When the football season starts.
For the Warsaw High School alumni night. and it's just Lummy, I go and see my friends in Warsaw, and then I drive down and see Sumo and Gooch in Columbus, and then I fly back. It's usually a 4 or 5 day deal. 2 or 3 days in Warsaw, two or so days in Columbus, and then I'm back.
The Tour de Indiana.
And I think we're only missing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Thursday, Friday, Monday.
Oh, Wednesday. Is Is it
Thursday, Friday, Monday.
Oh, okay. So we're just missing 3 shows.
Yes.
Next week?
Yeah.
The 22nd, 23rd, 26th.
So hold on, Seth. Next week you're going to be off Thursday, Friday, Monday.
Sweet Maria.
And by the way, paid.
Oh, talk to me, Daddy.
Yeah. So we get back from Largo Medical, and now Vicente and Merch Crick have to go out to Pasco County and tell Boo Boo, because Boo Boo couldn't be there. Like we had all determined. Well, first of all, Carlos and Virginia had just gotten married, and Boo Boo's kind of old school on me. Like he like never went to Virginia's house or anything like that. Once that her and Carlos were engaged and they were seeing each other, like Boo Boo never ever, like he's old school. Like he never would say a word to her. That's just, he's old school like that.
He loves it alone.
Yeah, he like that. That's Virginia's got a new man. I was with her for 40 years, and she's got a new man. I'm not going to interfere with it at all. I'm old school. Like I'm old school. I don't even know that he'd even talked to her. So, but he was married to her, for 40 years and had produced a child, the Merch Crick, and probably maybe should have been there, but Boo Boo would have just completely lost it. Maybe in a bad way. So Merch Crick, they didn't allow Boo Boo to be at the hospital. So every day Boo Boo's calling though, wanting to know an update on Virginia. Well, Merch Crick had to drive out there last night about. I think she left the apartment about 4:30. So let me, you know how bad traffic is.
Oh, especially going up there.
Yeah. So I don't know what time she got back, but she had to go tell Boo Boo. And I only spoke to her for a few minutes this morning, and I said, "How did it go with Boo Boo?" And she said, "Not good at all. Like really bad. Like really, really bad. Like."
I mean, it wasn't supposed to go well, was it?
Yeah, but I mean, it can go.
If he's
did he not? I mean, was he trying to get back together with her?
No. He just loves her so much. He was with her for 40 years and produced a child.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, no matter how much you don't want to be together, you still have that bond.
Was he mad that it wasn't there?
No.
Okay.
He wasn't. No, because see, Carlos was there and Boo Boo's old school, so Boo Boo wouldn't be there to begin with.
Okay.
Like Boo Boo's that old school. Like we could have invited him to the hospital, but he'd been like, no, that's Carlos's. That's just the way Boo Boo is. But supposedly, I got to talk to Merch Crick. When I get off the air today. And I'm going to try to do I'll do a Klim Kush too. I can do a Klim Kush.
Oh, you don't need to.
Well, what are you going to do?
No, I mean, nothing. But
he's got Operation Pigmentation later.
The people don't want you to work today, Bubba, and so
no, they do. Of course, this is you jump back on, and
do you really have to call him Boo Boo?
That's what he wants to be called.
I know, but I
don't even know him. He's like
you don't know his government name?
No, his government name's George. But nobody knows. If you call him George, he'd say, "Call me Boo Boo."
I can't call another man Boo Boo. It seems odd.
Well, then he'll punch your face in.
I'd be calling him Boo Boo then,
you got a 7-year-old former Golden Gloves guy that grew up in rural Pasco that goes down to Dade City every Friday night looking for a fight. I mean, call him George a couple times and we'll see how fast your nose gets broken.
Mr. Boo Boo, it is.
And you know what? I mean, Boo Boo always wears one of those old school derby hats. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like one of those old school Beretta hats.
Yes.
Boo Boo always has one of those on. And he had an 84 Corvette and a 56 Chevy, and he just got a truck. He traded his 80, and Boo Boo's always trading stuff. Like Boo Boo, there'll be a new truck over there, and we'll go be like, Boo Boo, where'd you get your new truck? Well, this one guy, I gave him my Corvette, which was blown up, plus $200, and this guy took it. I can't even believe he did it, but I got the signed title, so there's nothing he can do about it now. He didn't realize the Corvette won't start. I mean,
probably intimidated him.
I don't know.
He's going to kick his ass.
So, Boo Boo's just, oh my God, you could do a reality show on Boo Boo. Like Lummy, he will not use. He has a trailer. He lives in a trailer. Okay.
Okay.
But he will not use the propane heat because he's afraid the propane. He saw one time on TV or something that a propane tank blew up one time. Like propane tanks blow up every once in a while, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, like every 1 in a million propane tanks. I mean, I don't know how many propane tank deaths and injuries America has per year. But, I got to think that any type of propane explosions, probably from the guy that's filling it. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy back at the factory that might be filling it, maybe a spark hits, but like just the average consumer where the propane tank's hooked up to the tongue of the trailer, Lummy. I got to think that there's not a lot of those that are blowing up and kill you. So like when it's really, really cold in Florida, like in January and February, he will not turn his heat on because he's afraid of the propane tank.
It looks like 600 tanks a year explode. So the chances are 1 in 37 million.
There you go. There you go.
So he'd rather be cold.
Yeah, he's afraid of the propane tanks. He's afraid of them. In fact, he asked Merch Crit, "Can you take them off?" Oh. We're like, "No, we'll just turn them off. Well, we're gonna leave them there, but we'll just turn them off. Like they're not providing gas to your furnace heater." He goes, "I'd prefer just to take them off." I'm like, "Well, you can't. Aesthetically, it's gonna look like crap." So there will be a Clement Kush today, Lummy. We got some topics to talk about as well. Lummy, I still can't get over and just how nice and gracious Average Joe. You can go to averagejoetampa.com for your landscaping needs. He's just such a great dude, and boy, that really helped us out.
It sure did.
And we might need it again. I think we need it maybe one. Macho Man, wouldn't you say that maybe we might need one more deep, clean de-hoarding? Maybe one more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said at the
one
dump.
more, and one more, and we'll be straight at the dump. What?
Oh, there was a guy that was a Bubba fan, and he
saw the wheel.
Well, the wheel got stuck in his trailer, but the stripper pole, and then he wanted to buy the Bubba Justice desk for like $250.
Joe should have sold it to him and made money on the deal.
Yeah, well, he gave him the stripper pole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Macho Man was so happy. Macho Man comes up to me on Saturday and he's like, "Oh, yeah, you think we can finally get rid of this thing?" And I go, "What is it?" "It's the stripper pole." I go, "Yeah, we could probably get rid of it." He goes, "Oh, great, man. I hate that damn thing. It's been in my way forever."
I kept falling down in the back, so I shot put that bitch right in the dumpster.
He did. He shot putted that bitch right in the dumpster.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Oh, man.
Tampa Day. Day 1-3 day.
So let's see you guys. Americas in 36 months. So Bubba's Kinkles. What's up, Organic Gene? What's up, Rudy? How's it going? And the buckle brush. Forerunner 20, 22, 26 buds. Roberto Perez, Steve Coco. CT firearm. Oh, look, it's gonna be hot.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
It's men talking about stuff. Yes, stuff.
On the J. Let me first one out of the box with the PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army. Thank you, Fish on the J. Very tough day, but we'll get through it. Clem and Kush later today. We'll do that probably 10:30. That way I can go maybe spend a few minutes in my little massage chair.
Don't forget about the Wild Uncensored show that me, Lummy, and Rhett had yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to listen to any of that.
That was a doozy.
Really? Can you give me some high spots on it?
The car line. We talked about the car line for picking up your kids.
Oh my God, I got a story about that.
Oh, do you? Oh.
No, I don't probably. I
think I might know the same story.
The Tyler situation?
Yeah, and I was going to bring it up yesterday, and I held off.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Yeah, that was because that's sad.
That is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just that almost makes me cry as hard as losing Virginia yesterday. That my son is that went through that, participated in that, and is participating in that. Like, oh my God, are you real? I mean, him and I actually got into a very much an altercation about that particular topic.
No Malplaisir, $10 super chat.
I mean, hell, I might as well say it.
I think we talked about it once before.
Yeah, I mean,
Seth doesn't know about it.
Seth doesn't know about it, and so I'll just tell the story. I don't care. I mean, either Tyler's gonna come back and have a relationship with me or not. You know, I mean, like, it's pretty tough to worry about that when you see somebody like you know what. Yesterday I'm watching Virginia and I'm watching Merch Crick. She's getting ready to lose her mom, and I can't even. And she's being so strong. She really is. She literally for the 30 days that her mother has been in the hospital, Merch Crick would leave with the same time I leave for the studios, would get to the hospital at 4:45 or 5 o'clock, and would stay there holding her mother's hand. Like, this makes me want to cry. Holding her mother's hand, even when her mom was in a medically induced coma, holding her mom's hand, talking to her, reading her mom. Her mom had some favorite scriptures that Merch Crick found online, and would pipe those through her cell phone up to her mom's ear, and would just be talking to her. And so none of us have lost our mothers yet, I don't think. Mach, I don't know about your mother, and we really don't know much about your family. We don't really know much about you. Red, I'm assuming you still have your mother?
Yeah, I do. I can't imagine losing her.
Oh, I'm gonna be like, honest to God, if I'm still doing content, or I'm still, trying to put together some type of show and hodgepodge you guys out of a few shekels, and I lose my mother, I will have to take some time off. There's no way I could. If you work in a factory, Lummy, and you're just watching this stuff go by a conveyor belt all day, and you're trying to pick out the ones that don't look like they're manufactured correctly, that's one thing. Or even if you're just nothing against the lawn dogs out there that work for the great, like the average Joe Tampa, but if you're just mowing lawns and weed whacking all day, there's not a lot of thought. You can literally get you can just kind of get tuned into what you're doing and not. But with this, with this job, you got to, for lack of a better term, be on. You got to be on, and chances are you can't be grieving and sad and ready to cry at a moment's notice. Like, you can't be that way. You just can't. So. But then again, I look at Brett Favre, the ultimate man, and remember the day that he lost his dad Irv on a Friday, and flew down to Hattiesburg or Kill, Mississippi, from Green Bay on a Saturday or a Sunday, I forget, because it was a Monday Night Football game against the Raiders. Remember?
Yeah, he had.
And his dad, I think his dad died on Saturday or Sunday. So he didn't even fly out with the team. He took a private jet to go be with his dad, to at least maybe make arrangements or, whatever.
It says he played a game a day after his dad died of a heart attack.
All right, so his dad died of a heart attack Sunday.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
And I think that the team leaves I think the team left to go to Oakland. He took a private plane down to Kill, Mississippi, tended to his father, or at least, I don't know, probably prayed over his father, or, hugged his father, or whatever, but got back on that private plane, went to Los Angeles, played the Raiders, and threw for, I think, 401 yards, 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns, 399.
399 yards, 4 touchdowns, and then got back on a plane with his wife Deanna and flew back to Mississippi to, make the final arrangements for his father. So, boy, that's, Seth, in order to be an NFL quarterback, I know we have to be on, but man, you got to really be on. You got to know all the checkdowns. You got to know all the defenses. You got to know, you got to know a bunch of stuff.
I don't know. Brett Favre seems like he maybe knew half the stuff, and he just went out there and started slinging it to Antonio Freeman.
So Brett Favre looked like he knew about half, and then just gunslinged it.
But some of those passes were floating up there.
Didn't he say that, a lot of times Sterling would get would be 4-time covered? He'd just throw it up.
Yeah, yeah.
And the 84 would get it.
Yep.
Yeah. You're right. He was. Remember, Madden would always call him that was kind of end up being his rap. He was the gunslinger, right?
Which means you throw a lot of interceptions. Pretty much means you throw a lot of interceptions.
I think he did lead the league in interceptions. I think he does lead the league in interceptions.
I think he does, and yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing, man. Grit. Just straight grit. I don't know. I mean, phew. Your dad dies on Sunday. You fly down, go do what you got to do to say goodbye to your father, much like what we did yesterday with Virginia. You take a private plane back to L.A. Let me. You just don't. I think arguably that was one of his best performing days ever.
Yeah, I think even like his completion percentage was like out of the world.
Just boom, and then flies back, buries his pops, and is back by Wednesday. Practice.
And yeah, they beat the Raiders 41-7, and that was what they were actually. The Raiders were good at that point.
Yeah, I think Gruden might have been.
It was 0-3.
Is this your Brett Favre game, Bubba? Is this what you're telling us today?
No.
Okay.
No, what I'm saying, because I mean, Virginia.
I was getting excited.
Virginia's not my mom. She's Merch Crick's mom. I'm talking about my mom. If my mom, when my mom goes, I'm going to be a basket case because I'm a mama's boy. Like, that's my whole world. Her and my sister are like my whole world. And how about Tara being there? She's just the salt of the earth. I need to be more like my sister. But I can't. I can't be more like my sister.
No.
What do you mean? Like,
I'm just not wired like that. She's wired to be smart and classy, and I'm wired to be dumb and fun. Here you go.
Well, she's fun.
But she's classy fun. I'm like, Kenny Powers.
Fun.
So that's what my entire family calls me, Kenny Powers.
Mm.
So just because I'm just always saying something inappropriate or making a joke at a wrong time or blurting out some information that's not needed, or when I roll up and see my mom, I like to give her a couple pew pews. I give my mom a couple pew pews and my sister a couple pew pews, and that's just the way I'm wired. And I don't think that you can. I don't think I can. I think at my age you can't really train an old dog new tricks.
No, you're pretty locked in. It's good that you have Tara around. You can't be her, but at least you recognize that she's a good person.
Yeah. So anyway, Lummy, thank you to Average Joe and the dump trailer. Maybe we can get it back. But we need to plan it because we need people here.
Yeah, I was just talking with Macho about that last break.
Like if we would have had all the people here, because half the people were divided on the sign. And then we had some people working on some AC issues. And then we had some people working on the roof, Lummy.
Yeah, it was split up pretty nice. It was because those trailers turned into a hot box. And when I had me, Tease, and Mitch in there, it was too many people.
Bob Cook?
Yeah, Bob Cook. We had to move him to another one.
No, I didn't get a chance to look at the final product of 2 and 3. I know 1 and 2 is kind of my deal. 2 is where I keep the golf cart,
Yes.
And some racing oil and things like that. But 3 and 4 have always been kind of denoted as the show / more toward construction. How did it end up? Is it?
Three's I would say 99% cleaned out, and 4 is very organized.
You didn't throw that medical scale away, did you?
You got to ask Macho that one because Macho throws everything away. I told Mitch and Tease not to.
I hope Mach didn't throw the medical scale away because that was actually worth a lot of money, and it was a gift from somebody to me that I don't need to talk about. But Mach, what say you?
Oh, he's coming over to the mic.
Was it the hot plate looking thing?
No, it was an actual medical scale where you slide the big bar over.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Okay, thank God.
Thank God, yeah, he probably would have.
Let me make sure you.
That's in 4, by the way, so
yeah.
Don't go in there much.
Did you not spend much time in 4?
That's where I put all the chairs and stuff.
Oh, okay. But you didn't throw much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't take anything out of 4.
Thank God.
I kept him to 3.
Listen, as we're getting rid of stuff, I don't want anybody to. I might bring that back in the gym. You know what I'm saying? The only bad thing about it is I have to put it on. Like maybe a piece of plywood or something because that flooring in the gym is kind of spongy, and that needs to be on a hard surface. And that's a real scale. Like that's a real scale. I mean, like that one's the kind you go to the doctor's office and they put the big clunker over to,
Yes.
250, and then or Lummy, in your case, the big clunker would go to 300.
Sure would.
I think 350 is the most you can be on that, because the big clunker goes to 3, and then the little numbers up top go clear to 50. So if you're fatter than 350, you can't get on that. There was a time there's no time I couldn't get on that scale.
May I ask what scale they used for you? Because there have been rumors back in the day, but
hold on. Was there rumors back in the day that I had to step on 2 scales?
no, they had to bring in a special scale from the Larry Park Zoo.
Hold on.
I'm being serious.
No, hold on. You're saying rumors from the staff?
No, that was rumors from when I was growing up. When you were on 98 Rock, 93.3, the Power Pig, and
So
98
you're saying
Rock.
when you're a little kid and you were listening to 93.3,
Yes.
then the kids back at school would be like, "Hey, did you know Bubba the Love Sponge is so fat that in order to weigh them, they have to go get a zoo scale?"
Yes.
For real.
I swear. Well, I'm not. Nope. That is what the rumor was. That's how big you were.
Everybody knew I was fat, but they still thought I was cool.
No, you were cool, but the knock on it was, well, he's so whatever. He's so fat that that Larry Park Zoo has to bring the scale down for him to get weighed.
I'd have to go.
Are you officially shooting it down, Bubba?
What do you mean? No, I never went to a
Did they come to you?
elephant scale. I never had to go to the elephant
Did the
scale.
elephant scale come to you?
No,
Okay.
I went. This doctor who had a scale that could go to like 500.
Oh. No.
That could be for zoo animals.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of. There's probably some. I don't know, gorillas. Lummy, they aren't that big, but they're so dense in muscles that I think gorillas. And I also think gorillas have so much like Macho Man's like a gorilla. Like gorillas have so much muscles. The reason why they always put water around the gorilla exhibit is because gorillas are afraid of water because gorillas can't swim. Because they have so much muscle, fat floats, muscle sinks. So gorillas are just straight muscle that if they get in any type of water where they can't walk out, like if they get past how tall they are, Lemmy, they'll drown. Gorillas don't know how to. Show me a swimming gorilla.
So if you're fighting a gorilla, look for water?
Yeah, you know what? If a gorilla's after you, hopefully there's a pond nearby and that's at least 6 foot. I don't think most gorillas are.
They're not that tall. It looks like they weigh anywhere for adult 300 to 430 pounds.
Yeah. Hey Alexa, how tall is the average gorilla?
Oh, hey Bubba.
Oh yeah.
There's a new way you got to do it. Alexa has a new name.
What?
Computer.
Why?
Because Macho didn't like you.
I missed something. Can you say it again?
Well, I don't even know what your name is.
Computer,
bitch.
What's the weather today?
The current weather is 82 degrees
So
Fahrenheit
Macho Man's
with
making
partly cloudy skies.
All right, thanks. Stop.
Today's forecast
stop.
has some sun
Computer,
and
stop. So Macho's making these big time decisions on what we call Alexa because of why?
Well, because I guess we were getting some complaints that you were people thought you were abusing a female staff member here named Alexa,
calling her a bitch and everything.
Yeah.
So
we're just trying to soften your stance on women being bitches.
And you could just get mad at a computer.
No, but
Cheap Charlie 215, $20.
We couldn't tell those haters. Bubba's talking to Alexa. And so calling Alexa a bitch is bad?
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
You called her, I think, a whore too, Bubba.
Fine, that's great. I'm not going to. I'm not going to succumb to that type of trolling. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stay true to my game.
I think the other name he named it was Ziggy.
That was a possibility. Yeah.
Can we just go to how about old girl?
They don't have that option. Sorry.
Let's just go back. What options do they have? Do they have like a
standby?
But Bubba, it is like, how you always had to yell at Alexa, like when you go, computer, who's Bubba the Love Sponge?
Oh?
It just happens,
Bubba the Love Sponge is a radio personality known for his controversial and provocative style.
Oh.
Computer, shut up.
Computer's like, it's
smarter.
honor.
Yeah.
Computer, you dumb bitch.
And the pronouns can go either way for the computer.
Oh, so like if I go computer, you're a dumb bitch, then I'm just calling a computer a dumb bitch.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
so is that well, that
this
was
is
that,
he, him, she, her, and they, them. This is all of them, Bubba. We got them all covered just with computer.
Very true.
I like Ziggy, but the options are Alexa, Amazon, computer, Echo, or Ziggy.
You ready to make it a boy, Bubba?
Hey, Ziggy.
We can change the voice to a male, too.
Oh, they don't have an Australian one.
No, I like a girl.
I don't know. I kind of like an Australian dude. That way, if you go, shut up, bitch, then you're now you're calling a guy a bitch, and I think that's like less of a problem, don't you think, Lummy?
Oh, of course.
Because at that time you're just kind of calling a guy a bitch, which means like listen.
Well, that's hate speech, in some circles.
Let's go Ziggy. Can we go Ziggy with the Australian accent?
All right, working on it.
How about with
Stand by.
how about a heavy black accent?
Okay,
I'd like that.
What's the heavy black accent?
Like a heavy, like deep,
Okay,
like
yeah.
deep, or maybe
like Funkmaster Flex.
Or how about like a Jamaican
How
kind
about
of deal?
Morgan Freeman accent?
No, how about like a heavy Jamaican?
Wyclef?
Wyclef
With
Jean?
everything going on, we can change the language to Spanish.
No. Let's just go. Make it Ziggy
We'll
and
be number one with illegals.
Make it Ziggy. Make it Ziggy and see if you can make some type of accent, like UK, Australian, South African,
Japanese.
No,
Japanese.
I mean Japanese speaking American.
Yeah.
They're speaking English. Yeah, that'd be fine. Japanese. This guy. I love this guy. This is a lovely African American gentleman.
Is this a gift from Todd?
Who's going viral on TikTok because he is an Olympic U.S. basketball fan, and so he incorporated the Lee Greenwood. I'm proud to be an American.
Oh, nice.
Into about the Olympic basketball team.
I'm proud to be an American, 'cause at least I know I'm free. Got a triple-double from LeBron, 36 from Steph Curry.
This is pretty good, isn't it?
And I proudly stand up next to you as they beat every other country. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless USMET.
Man, we should really make that the new national anthem.
Yeah, we really should. Right?
I'd sing it all day, every day.
Did you see where the guy from the Red Sox got suspended for 2 games because he was at I forget what game. Where was he at, Lummy?
Was he at home?
No, was he at the Boston Red Sox in Major League Baseball have suspended Jaron Duran.
I thought it was at home, but
Jaron Duran. It was during a game. If that's what you're.
Yeah, he was at home plate.
He uttered,
and he was at home.
Oh, he was at.
Yeah,
Fenway?
yeah, he was in his white jersey.
How do you offend anybody from Boston?
Yeah, but maybe not have the hot mic on TV pick it up.
So somebody's catcalling him, and he calls somebody an anti-gay slur that starts with an F. And so now oh man, everybody's freaked out, and he's been suspended for 2 games.
The mayor wants to meet with him.
Now I cannot say what the Hodge twins said. I cannot say it, but in the tweet that this was the Hodge twins comment. Look, I can't say it, but it says, you guys can read it. Was the fan acting like a?
The fan yelled, tennis racket, you need a tennis racket.
It's a horrible one.
Tennis racket. Are you using tennis racket for the word?
No, I'm using tennis. The fan yelled at him.
Yeah, he kept saying he needed a tennis racket.
Tennis racket. So then he yelled back.
He said, "Shut up, you
F."
Yeah.
And now he's suspended for 2 games. Well, the Hodge twins, they just want to know. I wish we could talk like this, Lummy. But the Hodge twins are 2 African American guys, and it seems like you can say different things being that than you can me, Bubba the Love Sponge, fat white guy.
You'd be banned forever.
But the Hodge twin says, well, was the fan acting like a F, though? I mean, can you imagine, Seth, if we did? Oh, my God.
Well, I think those guys, I think their fan base was built upon, being able to say whatever you want.
I wish we could do that.
I think you could. What are you going to get canceled from? I mean, it's probably, if you're trying to get, corporate sponsors and all that, it might not be the best look.
YouTube? YouTube would probably cancel me for that.
They're on YouTube, aren't they?
Yeah, but...
I don't think they're calling people Fs on YouTube, on their YouTube show. They probably censor it. I mean...
So you're saying, though,
Should we do it on Twitter, Bubba? Do you want us to start doing that?
Yeah, I think on Twitter you'd be fine.
Wait, so we should start tweeting like that?
No, let's not. Let's not, because the minute that you got an opportunity, corporate or something like that, then they go back and dig up that tweet, right?
Yeah.
And then now it gets used. That tweet will get used against you in some way, shape, or form at some situation of your broadcasting and or sponsorship career. Somebody's going to tell you that was inappropriate and they don't want to do business with you.
By the way, Ziggy's up.
Oh, is Ziggy up?
Ziggy's ready.
Ziggy, hello, how are you?
I'm feeling inspired and excited because I've got a new theme from Alicia Keys and her Keys Soul Care brand. Hey Alicia, anything you'd like to say?
I'm so glad you're feeling that way, Alexa. We're sharing all kinds of inspiring ideas and amazing
we don't got
beauty
Alexa,
and
we got
skincare
Ziggy.
tips that will help.
That's right.
I'm feeling inspired and excited because I've got
Ziggy,
a new theme.
Shut up, you little bitch.
Ziggy, you bulging up or what?
Hey, Ziggy, you bowing up on me? You trying to go chest to chest? You trying to get a little bit salty with me?
Boo-boo?
Boo-boo? Don't make... Hey, Ziggy, don't make me bring Pasco County Boo-boo up in this bitch. 70 years old and goes down to Dade City every Friday night looking for a fight.
Know that.
Yeah, you don't know nothing.
Can you do the Marilyn Manson trick on yourself, Ziggy?
That's not Marilyn Manson. That's like...
No, Marilyn Manson took out his ribs so he could do his own deal.
I don't know that one.
He did. That's no. The only two people...
Is that like you and the zoo scale?
The only two people that have ever been able to really been verified to do that was Virgil.
Verified?
And Lenny Popo.
And Lenny and Randy Macho Man Savage's brother, the genius Lenny Popo. And here's the deal, man. It's been verified because the boys would ask them to show them for real as a rib. As a rib, they would be like, "Hey, Virgil, we heard that you could," and Virgil would be like, "All right, I'll show you." And then so in Virgil's career, he didn't do it every week, but probably once a year.
And what's the key? Being flexible or well hung?
I think both.
Okay.
I
think they both were very well hung.
I think it's more well hung than flexible because most in shape guys can bend pretty far down at the waist. But when you got 14 going one way, then you don't have to bend down so much. But when you only got like 4 or 5 going one way, it's just physically impossible. I mean, even if you're the best contortionist in the world, if you're only working with 5 inches, you have to basically be able to turn yourself inside out to get to it.
Yeah, we have.
Whereas Verge could just bend, barely bend, and at least get the top I pop.
Yeah, we have a short on YouTube of X-Pac telling us a story about Virgil.
Oh, will you find it for me?
I just sent it to you, but it may not be edited out.
So should I play it during Hot Mic?
Yes.
And then if I can play it here, I will?
Yes, because
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
No, that's the real deal, man. So hold on, you guys will be in the back there, getting ready for Magic. Virgil sucking his own fucking alive. I've seen it. You're trying to tell me that's not an urban legend. No, that's the real deal, man. So hold on, you guys will be in the back there, getting ready for Magic, and Virgil will be sucking his own. Well, I didn't see it in the locker room, but we, myself, him, and another guy I'm not going to name, we had some skeezer back in the hotel one night. You're talking about DiBiase? No, not DiBiase, another guy that he's doing Indian gimmick. Oh, okay, yeah, it's Tonka. So anyway, go ahead. I didn't say that, but yeah, Virgil demonstrated his autofellatio skill. got down there pretty good.
Shut the fuck up, man.
I think that's like one of the ongoing urban legends in the industry, and so now you can say, you being X-Pac, you actually saw it. Actually, yeah, absolutely. Although he couldn't get himself hard. Who would do that? You? No, nobody could do it. He was soft. He was soft enough on the side. I think, he worked about as much blood. I mean, he probably fucking passed out if he got too hard. How about Virgil?
I mean, I think we could probably play it, don't you think?
I think that was pretty funny.
All right, so Seth, is Seth in here?
Yeah.
It's verifying what you find outrageous.
I'm just saying it's really rude to say that Marilyn Manson can't do this and only Virgil and Randy watch.
Well, here's the thing: there's not a lot of people that could say, "Listen, you know what? I saw Marilyn do that."
Well, how did the rumor get started then?
Well, I don't know.
How
but
the gerbil thing get started with what's his name?
Yeah, how the Rod Stewart, pumping out cum in the stomach get started. Let me ask, NASCAR came out with any ruling on...
As of the start of the show, no. I'll double check right now. On Joey Logano?
Yeah.
Let's see if they've... Well, the headlines, no. They haven't done anything. Let's see if Twitter has anything.
And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today.
It looks like they're just reporting that he might be suspended. Not NASCAR, just, the media. Oh, you have DMS?
That's alright, guys. I don't really think anybody can suck their own dick. Not even Virgil.
Wow. I mean, brother, when you got...
Brother, I can't take everything I see on the internet for gospel.
When you got eyewitnesses.
This guy's in Calta's back pocket. You can't trust him.
He wasn't back then. Hogan even said it too. Seth.
Fuck Seth. He's a fucking jobber.
The fucking 90s were a blur to Hogan. The fucking roids and the fucking gimmicks.
This was in 2000. When Virgil was popular.
Did Virgil pass?
Yeah. That's why we posted this.
I don't know why he was always such a punchline.
You mean when he was at his the card show?
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all of the Bubba Army. Now returns.
Don't forget Bubba Army merch, Bubba Army shop, Bubba Army store. You can now buy the infamous $89.99 bundle and save $15. That includes the 40-ounce Stanley-inspired tumbler, the backpack Lummy, which is usually, I think, $41, and then the tactical bag. I've been carrying my tactical bag a lot lately because I've been traveling a lot. All of that adds up to $105 if you'd buy them individually. But if you bundle them, there's a bundling option. We're like, what's that insurance company that does the bundling? Allstate. We're like Allstate, bitch. You can bundle them up for all three for $89 and save you $15. And I think the merch crick is going today to do some. I think she's swinging by later today to do some packing and shipping. Lummy, I swear to God, I told her yesterday. I'm like, listen, you can go a couple days. These people, so they get, instead of getting their stuff in 3 days, they get it in 7. You don't need to be worrying about it. That or I'll go. I know how to do it.
I think a lot of Bubba Army people will totally understand not getting their stuff for a day or two.
But she takes it personal, man. So she might be upstairs right now doing it. So she loves doing it. So, I told her, listen, don't worry about it for a 3-day. But she's like, no, I got to do it. I feel bad. It takes my mind off things. So we were talking about, Seth, in professional wrestling, there's this ongoing urban legend. And we always thought it was just an urban legend. We never had it verified. Hogan did verify it once, though, audibly.
He did.
He did?
Yeah, he did. But, you guys took Hogan's thing with a grain of salt sometimes.
Right. So X-Pac, Sean Waltman, part of D-Generation X, he was just a hell of a worker. The 1, 2, 3 kid.
Yeah, NWO.
He just was always a real good worker, a little undersized, but could really work his ass off. Really knew, wrestling, theology. Just really knew, how to. He just was a great worker. And so, there was a time where X-Pac during our Sirius XM days would come in, once every couple months, just sit in on a show.
Oh yeah,
or call the show.
Yeah, he called when you guys about China.
We were talking. Yeah, he called in about. Do we have that call in?
Yeah, we're cutting it up.
It's brutal too, isn't it?
It sure is.
He says that China's Cop-Lop I-Top was bigger than his Dop I Double Cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, her cop. He was like, her Cop-Lop I-Top was actually bigger than my Dop I Double Cop. X-Pac said that.
Didn't he love her?
Yeah, well,
they made a sex tape together too.
And they made a sex tape. One's dead, and I don't know what X-Pac's doing. I might be doing a tad better than him. I don't think I'm doing card shows yet.
That's good money, Bubba.
I don't know. I don't think that I'm a big enough name for.
Did you sell to your cards yet that you autographed?
I don't know if I did or not.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, you don't want to be like going to a card shop like Virgil did and sit by yourself, and then you get lonelybubba.com instead of Lonely Virgil.
Yeah. So we had X-Pac on, and the ongoing rumor in the wrestling business was that X-Pac and Lanny Poffo, Macho Man's brother, could I'm just gonna say it because it's a clinical term, could self-fellatio. They could do that. And so, I might re-release this today as just again.
On Facebook?
Just because, yeah. We'll probably get striked. I don't think Zuckerberg allows, auto fellatio talk on his platform. Please. How about Virgil sucking his own cock in the locker room?
I've seen it.
You're trying to tell me that? Now, this is edited, so.
Perfect.
Let me play it again. I just want to know it's edited. And it's X-Pac on the phone with me, and I'm like, Virgil sucking his own cock in the locker room.
I've seen it.
You're trying to tell me that's not urban legend?
No, that's the real deal, man.
So hold on, you guys will be in the back there getting ready for matches, and Virgil will be sucking his own.
Well, I didn't see it in the locker room, but we, myself, him, and another guy I'm not going to name, we had some skeezer back in the hotel one night.
You're talking about DiBiase?
No.
We had some skeezer back in the hotel room.
no, not DiBiase, another guy that used to do an Indian gimmick.
Oh, okay, yeah, Tatanka. So anyway, go
I
ahead.
didn't say that, but yeah.
So him and Tatanka were pulling a train on a ring rat, Lummy.
Oh, nice.
Virgil demonstrated his autofellatio skills.
Was he deep throating his dick, or was he just getting the tip?
Just the tip?
He got down there pretty good.
Now, see, I think that's like one of the ongoing urban legends in the industry, and so now you can say, you being X-Pac, you actually saw it.
Actually, yeah, absolutely. Although he couldn't get himself hard.
Who had to do that? You?
No, nobody did, dude. I ain't touching another
So
man.
he was soft.
He was soft and sucking
That's
a soft.
pathetic.
I think he worked about as much blood. I mean, he'd probably fucking pass out if he got too hard.
So, I mean, let me.
Man,
There
the
you
things
go.
that you've uncovered in your career, Bubba.
I mean, that's a good one.
From Brett Favre and his new concussion movie to try to get him a skag. Let me to, the Brie Olsen meltdown.
That was a good one.
Let me. I hope that you find the Asha Spice. I used to have it up as a button bar. I had all the.
I think it's in the PM. We just gotta get it with Macho.
And here's the thing. I think we should make that one, and then the Vera West. Remember when she talks?
Yes,
to her vagina.
Yes.
And she calls her vagina's names.
And needs water on it.
And you need to and then right before she's getting ready to orgasm, she wants you to throw water on her vagina.
Yes.
And then she starts slapping the hell out of it, calling it a dirty bitch and a C word. And like her vagina, she talks to it like as if it was a third person.
Yes, she does.
And she's like, "Listen, you dirty bitch! I told you to copy him up. I told you to copy him. You dirty bitch! You better copy him up when I tell you. You better. I'm telling you right now, you little C word, dirty." I think we need to do a Cura audio. I mean, I don't know. I think we need to do a Vera West one too.
Yeah, we'll put that up on our HQ. We'll send it over to Seth for podcast.
Yeah, I don't think we could. That's probably about the only places you can do. But Seth, once you do get it in podcast, let me know because the Bubba Army is going to want to. I mean, like this is must-hear audio.
Sex sounds?
Yes, Seth. You don't know everything about podcasting, okay? There's some things that you don't know. There's some topics that maybe might go over pretty good that you might take a shiz on. So, yes, a girl getting a sex sound. Have you heard it? If you heard it, then you would be like, okay, now I get it. It's just not sex. It's just not, ooh, oh, wow, harder, oh, ooh, ah, I'm going to orgasm. Oh, wow, ooh, no, this is some porn star. This is some, you've heard it.
Yeah, yes, I have.
I'm telling you right now, man, Seth, it might, I'd be willing to say it might be one of your highest performing ones once you finally put it up. And then you're going to have to say, Sponjo, I was wrong about your Asa Akira sex sounds. I thought it was just going to sound like dolphins mating, but instead it was too hoppy. In fact, Sponjo, Phoebes and little Sethy were out to Target yesterday, and I ran one to it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, had it on repeat with the coconut boy oil on. So, Lummy, this is Joey Logano, and the race is over, and he got obviously screwed over by Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon spun him out going into 4. We talked about this yesterday, and then after he rebounded off of the 22, Austin Dillon then hit the 11, who was going to win. Put him into the wall, and Austin Dillon won the race. Now, everybody has been full hot on the deal. Joey Logano's full hot on it. Denny Hamlin says he's got one coming. You know, Denny Hamlin said he was a pathetic driver. One of them said he was a pathetic driver. He was horrible. This is the only way he could get into the playoffs was something like this. And so, he's getting a ton of heat. Now,
I think it was Joey Logano that said that part.
And so I don't know if NASCAR is going to do anything. I think they should.
To all of them, or not all of them?
No. See, NASCAR's they're getting heat with Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin because now I do agree that this is dangerous and maybe Joey needs to be sat down and put on probation for this. Once a guy spins you out Listen, I own a racetrack, and so I see when race car drivers have conflicts on the track, and then the race is over, and the guy goes into it, and the guy uses his car and literally tries to spin the other dude out. Or I've had him before, where late models will literally try to drive over the guy's hood.
Really?
It's like, and so being a racetrack owner, I probably have a different perspective on this by saying I'm thinking more liability reasons than just madness reasons, but you cannot, even if you've been screwed over to the point where Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin got screwed over, when you're pulling into the pits and there's all these people and pit crews and fans and family that are they start congregating in pit road lane there, Lummy. You're supposed to, in NASCAR, drive off very slow, like very, very slow, and then you make a left and you go back to where your hauler is, right? But you got to drive down pit road in order to get there. Most of the guys just do double file, and then they leave a lane where all the pit stalls are. And that's where crew members are gathering stuff and getting tires and gas. And so a lot of times various various guys' pit stalls are kind of busy, or they got people out there, and that's why the cars always go 2x2 against the wall, very slow. Now, Joey Logano comes hot rodding through here. Now, you're talking about a car that weighs 3,400 pounds in 700 horsepower, and he, instead of staying 2x2 and going slow, even though he'd been screwed over, even though that was his race to win, you can't do this. You just can't do this. And I can see where Joey Logano will probably end up getting penalized for doing this. So this is after the, what's that?
Well, I was gonna say, can we ask? We're having Gene on tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Can we ask Gene about what he thinks about just get his take on the whole racing?
Oh, Gene will be completely opposite of me because he doesn't think of. I'm thinking of as a track owner's perspective.
I'm thinking of a
Gene
driver.
would be like, let me tell you something. I would go over there and I would run right over his car, first of all. Well, here's what Lasker would have done. Right now, if you see this burnout right here,
yeah,
that's Austin Dillon doing his victory burnout at the start-finish line. And all other cars now are getting ready to go back to their haulers and get put away, right?
Yep.
There's really only one car that's allowed to be out here celebrating, and that's the guy that won. What Gene Lasker would have done is he wouldn't have pulled in back here. He would have gone round over here, and he would have smashed this guy's car. He literally would just keep smashing and smashing and smashing that guy until Gene's car blew up. Like, Gene literally would, pin. He would... And you know what? Gene might even, why the guy's still in his car, literally pin his car and floor it against the wall and try to, just do as much, monster truck damage as he could possibly do. So that's what Gene's going to say tomorrow.
Can't wait.
But is Gene tomorrow?
Yeah. He normally is. That's what I think we talked about last week.
Let me just make sure.
Because
I need to get a hold of him.
Yeah, Toto, Gene, and then either Terry or Tom.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I thought it would be good with a good short listening to Gene maybe break that down.
Let me tell you, so I'll save this video, okay?
Okay.
Or, bottom line is I'll build a package, Lummy, like we did yesterday, showing
him the situation.
The end car, then the NASCAR feed, and then Denny Hamlin's reaction, then Joey Logano's reaction, and then Austin Dillon in the winners' interview room, and then this footage of what Joey Logano is probably going to now get in trouble for. He kind of aggressively drives in the unspoken lane, like you're not supposed to be driving. When the race is over and you're driving back to your hauler, you're not supposed to be in this lane. And so I can see where NASCAR would say you put, a bunch of people at jeopardy. Here it is. Let me play it for you. This is Joey Logano pulling in after the race, pissed as hell. See,
is he gassing it for?
Yeah, he's doing a burnout, and see, even this official, it kind of steps back. Watch. So when you gas it up, it instantaneously makes your car go to the sideways. Now he's a professional NASCAR driver, and he can handle it. But NASCAR would or whoever's going to get him in trouble, would argue. Listen, what if your throttle would have stuck? What if your clutch would have broke? You could have hit this guy. And you can clearly see that everybody's going 2x2, and he's making his own lane. Is he not?
Yes, he is.
See, like.
All right, that's a little.
Yeah,
much right
I mean,
there.
like.
There's a kid. There's a little baby.
Right, like. The first one wasn't so bad, but this one's pretty bad. Even Seth, who knows nothing about the sport, would probably say you can see what. Now again,
yeah, this is a racing deal, Bubba.
Okay, all right.
Stand on the sidewalk.
All right. I mean, look. These are NASCAR officials. Now they're funneling. They go from 2, they funnel them down to 1. And here's Joey Logano trying to merge on to 275, Lummy, and like. I mean, look at this one fat little official.
Whoa.
Yeah, like, can you see, Lummy, where he might be in trouble?
Well, I think this is a NASCAR official running up, right?
All these dudes with white coats on are NASCAR officials.
Oh, okay.
And like, I don't know if he's trying to like say F you to all of them.
Well,
And by the way, these NASCAR officials, they're just pit road officials.
So-
They just make sure that you leave your pit box correctly and that you're not leaving your, they don't make the calls on the track at all.
No, so Bubba, you see where he stopped and did that? I'll send you a different angle.
That was actually, wasn't that
That's Austin Dillon's.
Austin Dillon's.
Yeah, because I sent you the other angle.
Look at this. This guy's full hot.
I sent you from the Austin Dillon pit.
Yeah, I'm going to save this for tomorrow.
Okay.
For Gene Lasker. You sent me the Austin Dillon pit.
Yeah, and hopefully Joey Logano or one of them gets suspended, so it's in the news tomorrow too.
Right.
Because that'd be
And
perfect.
I'm like, let me tell you something, man. That's a bullshit suspension. Because I will tell you what I would have done is I would have been out there, fighting. I would have smashed Austin Dillon's car.
So Gene would have been running after Austin Dillon right now?
Yeah, he would have been fighting him like Ricky Bobby on fire. Yeah, this is Austin Dillon's pit.
He stops him.
Kid's got a baby.
They have 3 babies in there.
And then here's where the official gives him the good news. See, now the 11 just drives over, probably and flips off the crew, but he didn't actually, use his car as a potential weapon. He just drove close to him and probably, threw them the bird. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, and
because these are the 2 cars that the 3 cars spun out. And obviously the yellow car, Logano, Lummy, potentially could have hurt somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Who's that hot crick?
Oh, there's all these hot cricks at NASCAR. All these guys got hot cricks. So now that's what you're not supposed to do. Now the 11 car who got equally as screwed, he just probably goes up because you can see they're celebrating, they're hugging each other and stuff. And I'm sure, Lummy, that he gave him. Let me show you how you're number 1 in the middle. He gave him that, but he didn't use his car in an aggressive type way. Like he just drove it very calmly.
Well, he's smart. He's the veteran. He let Joey Logano be the idiot.
So he just kind of comes up. Like you can see, he doesn't doesn't drop the clutch and spin the wheels. He's probably just telling he's telling these Pennzoil guys, hey, you guys suck. Bunch of dicks. Oh, no, he's not telling the Pennzoil guys.
He's telling,
he's the Austin Dillon.
Bass Pro Shop guys.
Oh, by the way, I got Bass Pro Shops on today. I think the official's already there, ready to lay down the hammer. Like this guy right here, he's big. He's one of the big time officials.
He kind of looks like he gets pushed back a little bit from his pit guys.
Oh, so they parked him. Like they were so mad at him, Lummy, they didn't even let him go back to the hauler. They parked him right. They parked him right there. And now I think this NASCAR official is going to give him the good news.
Get it. I get the people. You got sideways. That's why I said, I understand. We're good.
All right, so he says we're good. He says we're good.
Wow.
Well, at that point, man, let it eat. I mean, right, Seth? Right? That's what you said. No big deal.
I mean, are families jumping out of the way at cars? Is that normally part of NASCAR? Because I think that could be a fascinating angle that they have. Maybe for All-Star Weekend.
Where they put your family out there and they play like a Frogger gimmick with the cars?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about racing, but I mean, standing near the moving cars, I don't know.
So that's the thing. If the driver's a dick on the track, you put the family in the pits.
Put your kid and your wife out there and see if the guy that got spun out can hit your kids without, Yeah.
I mean, it looks like that's what
your kid can get out of the way.
Looks like that's what they're playing anyways.
Yeah.
A couple of them were laughing when they were running out of the way with their kids.
Lummy, I guess Trump and Elon tried to do a audible interview over X yesterday.
It was like an hour late.
Elon says they got a massive DDoS attack. I got to think that Elon probably has as smart as, some of the very, very smart IT guys that keep X on the air. And, and they said that they had tested. Didn't they say they tested for 8 million?
Yes.
Well, supposedly 8 million tried to get on at one time. Now, some people are saying that it was an attack. Other people were saying it was just a bogged down willy, and they got caught with not being prepared.
I think I know a lot of people are saying the left hacked it and all that, but I think it was just a bogged down willy.
They said Donald Trump's website got attacked too. I guess I got hacked.
All right, so we're gonna get into that next. Okay.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
I like the 3-box. Lummy.
That looks good.
It does.
I'm mixing it up. That is true. Attack of the Dog.
My shirt is courtesy of Cable Dog, my man, Philip Hoosier.
But just in case you wanted to see it, I sent you the Instagram of the blonde on CBS 10.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because we don't get really good looks at her because they keep showing the fucking weather lady.
Is it strong?
It's pretty good.
I mean,
she
looks better with makeup.
Yeah. Weather lady looks better. But not too bad for CBS Tampa.
No, actually, the more I look at it, the more I'm kind of taken aback. Well, I'm trying to be negative. She's actually fucking hot as balls. She'll get plucked right the fuck out of here. She's like New York shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the blonde. It's.
Yeah, she's like New York fucking. Like, look at that.
Oh, that was on my screen. So, Mitch. It's a big lunger.
That must be her husband.
Next time they actually show her, I guess she has a ring.
Oh, unless that was her dad and her back in the day.
Here, Bubba, you gotta put it over to your screen.
Are you guys stalking on Instagram again?
It's the blonde chick from CBS. That's gotta be her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's single.
I don't think she's single, though.
Come on, Orlando left a comment on that, Bubba. It's marked territory.
Yeah, because he's a fucking predator. Likes to get drunk and prey on women.
Yes, Seth.
Yes, Seth.
I agree.
And he's a race baiter.
I'm a race baiter, 380 slug penetrator. She looks like 20-something. She's probably not married.
Like Bubba said, she probably will get plucked for...
She'll get plucked right out of here. For like a New York, LA fucking gimmick.
So just getting banged down by Danny Dimes.
Getting banged down by who?
Danny Dimes? Danny Jones?
Yeah, look, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's with Kay Adams.
Who is?
Danny Dimes.
Who's Danny Dimes?
He's the quarterback for the Giants.
Giants. He's hooking up with this girl on the NFL Network that does I forget the name of her show. She's like 10 years older than him. Naughty, naughty.
Listener-supported Sponge, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Listener-supported via PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. Now returns.
We have, like, what? Jesus. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. We got like 3 televisions, Lummy, in the studios that like do nothing but like have different news on them and stuff like that.
Yep.
So we can stay up to date. Like, you know, like if something tragic would happen, you know, we would get an update there. We then would start sniffing around and looking around if something, you know, catastrophic would happen. Like the way we knew that 9/11 happened was from we were watching TV in the studio and seeing the plane hit the first tower. That's when we went live then and piped in the television station and covered. I think I stayed at 98 Rock. I was at 98 Rock during 9/11, and I think I stayed on the air till 2:00 that day.
They actually put TVs in the studios after 9/11. We didn't have TVs in the studios at Cox.
Oh yeah.
So that's something that was new.
Right. Probably because of my play-by-play coverage.
I would say so.
So, man, you know what? Bubba had the complete market cornered due to the fact, and I also had it rigged up so that my television, I could pipe it through the board. So, you know, not only, Seth, could I watch it, but I could pipe it through the board. You know,
you own that day, Bubba.
Yeah, I'm also the first one to have a Yamaha SPX 2000 to be able to change, put people on witness. At that time, we called witness protection. Now has been absolutely just ripped off by every major radio personality. I was the first person to have a Yamaha SPX 1000, in the studio. Macho Man found an old receiver, Lummy. I used to listen to this back in the Power Pig and 98 Rock days. I had an old digital receiver that went to every radio station in town, right?
Oh, yeah?
And I literally would turn on the airwaves and put them live on my air when I was making fun of them. So I'm like, you know, in the Power Pig, I'd be in the Power Pig and be like, Power Pig, Bubba the Love Sponge. Yeah, you know what? Go over to Q105 right now. Better yet, I'll do it for you. So meanwhile, I had Guido. He'd tell me when Q105 was in commercials, right?
Yeah.
So I'd break out, Bubba the Love Sponge, Power Pig. Yo, homie with the big baloney, 14 and a half, I ain't lying. My dad owns a radio station. Don't even think about trying to get me fired. All complaint calls just get laughed at. You know what? You think you don't like me, huh? So you don't like me? I hang up on kids. I do no panties Thursday, redneck Monday, fat Philly Friday. Lesbian Tuesdays. I know you don't like me. I'm not for kids. I hate kids. But we play great music here at the Power Pig. And, you know, our competition is like 104.7 Q105. We came into this market back in 1988 and completely destroyed them. They were like the big Q-Zoo deal. They're now our bitches. And they're so much our bitches. Just right now, turn over right now, and they're playing commercials. You know what? Better yet, I know you're lazy and you don't want to flip your dial, so I'm going to go ahead and put 104.7 on my dial, and I would pot it up, and sure enough, there'd be commercials. And I'd be like, how much, you know. So I was the first one to pipe in another radio station on my airwaves, and then Randy Michaels looked into the legality of it, Seth, because Q105 was threatening to sue us, you know, and the legalities of it was if I did it in increments of less than like 20 seconds, then it would be considered fair use. I was just going to them as a news source under fair. So I could play like 19 or 20 seconds of it, and then I had to dump out of it quickly. So I couldn't go long form on it.
Way to find a crack in the system.
Well, Randy Michaels, the greatest of all time. And then let me remember the crack in the system. I used to remember I would do states for sex.
Oh, yeah.
So listen to this, Seth. My carny and my op, you know, they're like, listen, you know, Tizits, just everybody knows what that is. And the FCC eventually is going to, like, you're not going to keep being able to do, hey, Jimmy, take your Dizic and piss it in your sister's A-double sop hopo-loppy. And so I'm like, okay. I mean, I think I switch it up. I think I code it up enough that only real Bub Army knows what I'm talking about. But, you know, all right, whatever. So I started this line. This was even worse, Seth. They made me stop doing this. I'd be like, so, Rhonda, how old are you? 19. Well, won't you tell me how big that set of Texas is on you? Oh, my Texas is. And how about that Alaska in the back? And how about that state of Virginia in the front? Yeah. How about I take my Delaware and put it right over there by your Virginia? How about that?
Wow.
Oh, wow. Could you do that? Yeah, my Delaware's really ready to Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Like my Delaware, Lomi, is right on the verge of doing a Connecticut gimmick. Yeah. And so I think your state of the Virginia would probably make my Delaware just Connecticut all over the place. Actually, Seth, you think it's brilliant, don't you?
I really would like to bring it back immediately. And we could add Puerto Rico this time, Bubba.
Yeah, that could be another word for Virginia. And D.C. D.C. could be another word for Delaware.
You could really have fun with it.
Be like, hey, man, my D.C. Lummy needs some action. So if I could find a hot chick with maybe a big set of Tennessees that wants me to explore her West Virginia or maybe her Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Man, then it might make my D.C. California everywhere. Nothing's better than a good Lummy. You're just, aren't you always looking for the best California you can get?
Sure am.
Right. And sometimes, if you party hard enough, you can get a couple Californias.
Can't beat that.
Right. Phew.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then, Randy called me up and said, really? That's your answer to switching it up a little bit? He said, go back to Op and Carney. Get that state. Do not do the state stuff anymore. You're going to get more in trouble over the state stuff than you are your pop you double sop yop with a cop you mop.
And then you also had the behind the knees and.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Lisa, you there? Yes, I'm here. Do you got that kangaroo that I sent you? Yes, I got it. We'd buy 50 kangaroos from I was sponsored by Adam and Eve, Seth. So they would give me 50 kangaroo dildos. Okay. And then we would have not a rock, Bubba the Love Sponge. I need Lummy. We got. I need 20. Well, I'm sorry, Brent. Yes, Bubba. I need the first 25 chicks over 18 that are hot. We don't know that you're. We didn't even know. We didn't know if you were hot or not. We couldn't see you. We got these kangaroo vibrators that we just got from AdamandEve.com. And if you want one, call in. But the caveat to it is we're going to take your phone number down, and one morning we're going to have you using that thing as the muscle massager, back scratcher that it's supposed to be. Hink, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So then we get a girl. Hey, Bubba, this is Lisa. I'm 22. I just got my kangaroo in the mail. And just like, I got to. So anyway, I needed to distinguish, Seth, where they were using the kangaroo.
Yeah.
Are you using it at, near Alaska, or are you using it in, Virginia?
Fair questions.
And so we conveniently called that behind the knee and under the armpit.
Okay.
So like Virginia would be under the armpit, and behind the knee would be Alaska. So we'd be like, Rhonda, yeah. Or now, are you behind the knee, or are you under the armpit? I'm under the armpit. Behind the knee kind of scares me. Okay, we'll get it going. Are you get ready to party? Yeah, I'm getting ready to party. Well, let me. Every job site in Tampa, Florida, had us cranked to the top because
of course
everybody else was just doing stupid stuff, playing music, and thank God you've answered Milton Fledgecow, fake phone calls.
Oh, the crotchety calls, man. Those are hilarious.
Oh, yeah, they were hilarious.
That's what Seth was listening to. Melissa
right.
Carpenter, $100.
She throws Huns. That's right. You know what, Seth? That shows me your radio mentality.
What do you mean?
Because
Fletchcow kicked ass?
Well, because
the old crotchety phone calls.
Because real men were listening to me having chicks, behind the knee, and
I was 13.
And oh, okay, I didn't know that.
But yeah. I mean, I listened to you when I was 18, Bubba. When I got a little older.
Let me. I'm sending you this. I found this on Facebook a couple days ago, and it just made me like it. I know the phone calls that I used to do, with chicks and behind the knee and behind the arm, all that, just all the phone calls and some prank calls that we've done. Like remember the woman who lost her husband because of the John Deere flipped over. She was from Wisconsin, and her husband got in a lawn mowing accident, and we called her and said we were representative of John Deere, and we wanted to get some information as to how the machine failed, and can you go through? She's like, well, Fred was down there in the ditch, and I told him it looked like it was a little steep. Next thing you know, it rolled over on him, and the blades got him. And we're like, well, did the blades, were they sharp enough to at least to go through the, did it cut his arm off or not? We take pride in how sharp our blades are here at John Deere, and it was just so inappropriate.
I sent you that one.
And then Lummy, remember the one time we had a guy, and by the way, these are very mean. Like, really, Lummy, I don't even know that we could. You could not do them in today's world.
There's certain ones, no, you cannot.
Like, so we had this one woman, this one guy call in, Lummy, and remember he was a veteran, and I don't want any veterans, man.
Yeah, that one got you a little heat on that one.
He was a veteran of the Vietnam War, and he was kind of messed up, Seth, in the head, kind of like, he was kind of messed up in the head.
Yeah, a little like PTSD.
Yeah, a ton of PTSD.
He was from about, I think, Vietnam.
Yeah, he was from Vietnam, and we were his favorite radio station. And he was a little bit messed up, and he was going to the VA. And so we got him on the phone, and we're like, hey, John, incoming. Lummy, none of it's working.
Oh, the gunshot ones?
Yeah, like my bank one's not working. Like it's not. Yeah, damn it. I don't know how they must have all got erased or something like that. Now my twos work.
So say good night to the bad guy.
Yeah, I guess we could. This is the only one that I got. So we're like, Ronald, we got Charlie's moving in. Are you there? Oh my God, we got John. You'd be like, man, you guys all better stop it right now. I'm having a flashback. We're like, man, incoming. Charlie's are incoming. Come on now, get into the foxhole. He's like, man, I'm telling you something. You guys are really messing with me right now, man. Please stop. Don't do that, man. We're like, yeah, hold on. He's like, man, I'm really getting upset, man. He started crying and everything, and we're like, yeah, hold on. Man, we were just dicks back in the day, Lummy.
Man, I messed up. This is way better than MJ.
Oh yeah, exactly. We had
freaking out veterans.
Remember, Lummy? We had the one guy who jumped off his dock and got bitten by a shark. And he was like a Greek guy, and we made fun of him. Like, how do you jump in your dock? And and he jumped right on top of a shark, and it bit him.
Yeah, it was in Indian Rocks. It was a bull shark. It was down the street from where I grew up.
And I called the family and be like, man, Gustavo, for whatever his name was, it was some Greek name. How stupid can you get?
That guy swam that channel for like 15 years.
Now look at the blonde. Look at the blonde on 10. Now, Seth, you're not as thirsty as we are, but is she? There's my girl, right there on TV right now.
Yeah, the gorilla.
Oh no, gorilla died.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, Busch Gardens.
So anyway, the girl, I gotta get over to the Channel 10 girl. Let me before I go to the phone calls. This blonde on Channel 10, Seth, what's your initial opinion? Don't you think that she might be just like one of the hottest things in Tampa television, and the fact that she'll probably get plucked out and go to like a New York, LA, Chicago kind of gig?
Yes.
This girl is unbelievable. What's her name, Lummy?
Caitlin.
Caitlin
Lockerbie.
Caitlin
Lockerbie.
Yes. And this is her Instagram. No. Hold on. Like, where did Channel 10 where'd they find her?
Channel 10 did a whole upgrade.
My God.
Alabama.
Oh, really?
Alabama.
Oh, yeah, she's an Alabama girl.
To North Carolina, and that's where they plucked the weather chick from, was North Carolina, too.
I mean, that's pretty strong, guys. Oh, I am.
Hey.
That's pretty strong. At the Rays game, but with a New York cap on. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's why your boyfriend's team.
And she probably is dating Jeter or something. So, Lummy, I was talking about, as I continued down my rabbit hole, I was talking about the phone calls we would get. Remember?
Yeah. Crazy.
Hello. Yeah. I remember the Bennigan's girl. There was some infamous phone call. There was the Bennigan's girl, remember? And then there was the girl from Dallas that I made her call me Superman.
Yeah.
Call me Superman while you're having your party on your West Virginia.
Superman.
Oh, Superman. Bark like a dog. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Now go ahead. Are you behind the knee or under the armpit? I'm under the armpit, but I've never been behind the knee. Well, you know what? We want you to go behind the knee. So go ahead and just slow everything down, and let's go ahead and go behind the knee, okay? Okay. You got now listen, behind the knee, you got to go slow. You got to go slow behind the knee, okay? It's a little more sensitive than the armpit, okay? Okay. Tell us why. Okay, I'm starting it. Oh my God. And meanwhile, Lummy, none of it, I swear on whatever I have left in life, none of it was fake. None of it was fake. Really, one of the only, and I'll admit to it now, I don't care. I'm part Carney showman, grifter, beggar, if you will, but you're listening. So if I'm all that, if I'm all those bad things, what are you if you listen and then you have a strong opinion about what you listen to so much that you hate?
You're a degenerate.
Yeah, you're just stupid. You're just dumb. You're making fun of us. But meanwhile, as you're on your keyboard, Bubba sucks, Lummy sucks, Seth's a pussy, all Brett does is get high and is stupid, Macho Man's dumb, everybody, Dan, oh my God, don't get me started on Dan, I got like 3 pages of Dan, he sucks. Oh, Babyface is okay. This and that. Bubba interrupts his guests. Seth's a soy boy. Lummy's Stockholm. The French, the ginger lets his dogs pee everywhere. Macho Man's wiring stuff up. Like, just think about it. You hate us so much that you know all that about us. Like, I just don't get. I think you're the sick one. As many sick things that I've done and that you're mad at me about and that you judge me for, think about you. You're keeping score of my sick stuff. So who's in whose head, bitch? Yeah. Uh-huh. And let me, in our back in the day, this and Seth, I know that you're familiar with this because this might have been, now, don't take it the wrong way because it wouldn't be something that I think you would suggest, but it could have been a Cox mandate where they do like a war. You guys did a War of Roses or some type of not real produced bit where you got, listen, when I
worked for Hot 101.5, we did Blown Off.
Right, and it was probably corporately produced.
No. I wrote it, and we would send it to the company of the phone actors.
Okay, but there you go. But there were phone actors.
Yes.
But you wrote it.
Yeah.
So none of it's real because you wrote it and sent it to the actors.
Yeah.
And then Cox paid these actors to run through your script, your War of the Roses or whatever.
Yes.
So, Lummy, and is this what people think is funny in radio? Like, is this a guy? Is this being aired in Los Angeles on Kiss FM? Is this being
whatever worked, Bubba? Whatever top 5 bits or ideas or topics that have worked in radio. The War of the Roses, the Blown Off, the Why Didn't You Call Me Back stuff is probably number 1 for as much as I know about radio.
And radio,
they're so fake, they're so dumb, but everybody believes they're real.
I know, I cannot believe that. And I'll get back to what I was saying earlier. I've only faked a few things, and the one thing that I did fake that had a lot of people going for years and years, but this is just how good of a faker I am compared to you. Of course, you're not going to give me credit. Is the Spice Boy 7th floor balcony jump? Almost everybody believed that.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's not forget, I also had a fake character named Ned that pretty much almost everybody believed was a real person too. So, don't get into me. I'm the ultimate showman, my friend. I'm not trying to live on past accolades, and radio is certainly not that anymore. A lot of people are like, man, why don't you, would you ever bring back Manson? I don't hate Manson. I worked with him for a long time. It seems like he's obsessed with talking about me and what we coulda, shoulda, coulda, done. But he's had an opportunity to go do his own thing, and if he's found his little niche, that's fine. But I don't think radio is. I don't think 4.5-minute parody songs are where radio is today. Radio's more fast-hitting, quick things. Parody songs need to be, 1:30 if at best. And I just don't think that we would have the same dynamic.
But I would gladly step aside if you brought him back, Bubba, just to rekindle what you guys had.
We didn't really have anything. We weren't friendly. And now, the more...
But you made magic on the air together.
I mean, he does, but he doesn't give me any credit. He thinks, that I blew it and that I'm this and I'm that. But how about the fact that none of you, how about you and Spice Boy and Brent and Blitz and Trace and how about every one of you have had an opportunity to go be a singular radio star and nobody has. I was a singular by myself radio guy before I brought my morning show ensemble with me that changed over the years. And really the only person that went on to be a good radio guy was already a good radio guy, and that's the great Shannon Burke. He was on my show for a few years, just in between gigs. But other than Shannon, nobody had the chops. Nobody's done anything singular. So can't you see who the cohesive glue is that keeps you relevant, that made you funny?
No one's more stable than you.
That set you up? Me.
You.
Like so stop. So anyway, Lummy, back when we used to do phone calls, it was real, it was dirty, and it wasn't this. And this is the day and age of prank phone calls on what I would say, Seth, would be top 40 radio stations.
Right.
Even and Lummy, they even damn it. Let me see. Unmute.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, they even put in a fake laugh track.
Oh, jeez.
So to set this one up, this is a guy that's pretending to be a wedding DJ, and he's calling up the mother-in-law of the mother of the bride to just kind of finalize everything. Like Seth, just kind of make sure what kind of music, just like what regular non-douchebag that's trying to make a radio bit real professional, wedding DJ people do. Probably have communications with the people that are having the wedding as to what kind of music maybe they're country people, maybe they're top 40 people. What's the father-daughter song going to be? What's the couple's song? Most people have some pretty good ideas of what they want for their music. Most people pick their music out. And then the DJ just, keeps the party going.
I just had an iPod.
There, Crazy K. What's going on with you?
It's Karen. Can I ask who this is?
Yeah, my name is DJ Mark in the Dark, and I'm going to be DJing your daughter's wedding. And she said that we should chat about the playlist a little bit. A little chickadee chat.
Yes, we should definitely chat. I really want to. This is going to be a very classy wedding. By
the way, it's listed prank call. DJ got fired from playing at wedding. So funny.
So funny.
So funny.
That's right. She said you had some concerns.
I do have some.
And then hear the piped in.
Concerns.
Okay, well, then why don't you lay them on me a little bit?
Okay, Mark, you need to stop talking over me because I'm actually trying to.
And by the way, Seth will tell you that these top 40 radio stations, the producers like Seth and the other whoever else, they write them, and then you send them to these actors that are paid by corporate, and they get like 75. They'll do like
$40.
Is it $40?
Yeah.
They get $40 for doing one of these, but they'll literally do them in 10 markets. Right?
Yes.
Like they'll have okay, we got Cox, Tampa, we got Clear Channel, Louisville.
But they wouldn't let they wouldn't let radio people do it because they thought their voices would be recognizable.
So they just hired these.
So we would always be like, well, these people suck. We would love to do one, but they would go, we try to keep the radio people off ours.
Right, because it's so legitimate.
Yes.
Tell you what I need right now.
Whoa, apologies. Sorry, just trying to be polite.
So just let me tell you what it is that I'm worried about here. Her cousin recently got married, and there was some real...
Here's the thing, man. And here's this...
Where'd you see this on Facebook and it bothered you?
80% of the suckers out there believe that this is real. Like, that's what society has become. There's no girl that's dildoing herself. That there's like this.
That's what we need more of.
Yeah, we do. Don't you think? That's what I'm listening to.
That's what I'm
not
waiting
listening to Market it. By the way, this guy brings up Tampa too. Wait till you hear it. Hold on.
Oh, well, that's sweet. That is sweet.
Okay, you're doing it again.
I'm doing what?
So you know which must mean, Seth, that Tampa must be considered, like, because I know this is not based out of Tampa. This guy says he used to be a radio guy in Tampa, which just goes to show you that the industry probably thinks that being from Tampa is like low grade.
No, I don't. I think the industry knows that Tampa has had some of the best radio shows ever.
Really?
I mean, it has, so
right. Okay, you're right. They either.
I mean, I don't know why this idiot used it, but here's the thing: talking about whether it's real or fake. But the thing is that it got the attention. It entertained. It's clearly gone somewhat viral. I mean, it's not.
I know.
It's not for me.
I know, but it just to me it just shows you how simple and stupid people have become. In my opinion.
Well, whenever you did radio, our consultants used to tell us that 90% of the audience was stupid and only half the audience was listening to anything that you were saying because they were distracted by other things.
That's why I didn't have. That's why I never That's why I never dealt with consultants.
But that's how they set it up, though. Like,
God,
they set
was
it up.
was that not so cool that I didn't have to deal? Like, I told.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I ain't doing it. Bubba, will you be interested? Nope. Not doing it. Okay, no big deal. Do you think you should send one of your? No, I'm not sending anybody over to nowhere. Okay, we're not doing it. So shut up. I mean, I was such a dick back in the day. I really was. No wonder everybody hated me. I just boss hogged my way right through the deal.
You're talking over me. I'm trying to tell you.
I was just trying to be polite about the cousin getting married. That is awesome. I love to hear people in love. Get it? Love. It's a double shot of love coming your way.
Okay, Mark, I've got a lot of concerns just based on this conversation right now, but what kind
So
of...
he's the air personality and she's the actor, right?
Oh, man.
I mean, is that how that's how this probably is, Seth?
Do you think this guy is on the radio?
He's supposed to be a wedding DJ.
Well,
No, I'm saying, like, do you think this is a radio show? Or
Yeah.
I
think this is a radio
That's why
show.
radio's going bye-bye.
That's exactly. I think this is a radio guy and a top 40 station somewhere in Grand Rapids or Indianapolis or some, Milwaukee, and he's playing the role of a wedding DJ, and she's the actor that's getting paid $40. She's not a real woman. I mean, she's a real woman, but she's not really having a wedding. She's not really going through this predicament. She has a script that was sent to her yesterday, and she's just going through it.
music you might play. Do you have...
I'll be playing.
Then they throw in the...
In the
Do they
background,
really
people.
think, like, God...
I'll be playing some of the best stuff. You're talking the 80s, 90s, today, tomorrow, yesterday, Tuesday, next week even. I'm playing hits from the future.
No, I need to specifically know what it is you're going to play. Specifically, what are some of the songs that you have lined up for this? Because I don't want any disgusting rap music or things...
Oh, hey now. Hey now.
What?
Hey now. There's some good rap songs out there. We don't have to put all those in the bag, do we?
And I think that's what makes him a radio guy, because he pays homage with his "Hey Now," like, right?
I mean, I'm sure Howard Stern loves that.
No, he doesn't. It's a radio personality trying to think that Howard would want to
But
hear
this
that.
guy is not a radio person.
Yeah, I guarantee you he is.
No, I'm saying, like, he's not. I don't know who let this guy on the air.
It would be interesting to find out who this radio personality is and what station he's on.
No, this is a day about romance and love and commitment and family, and we're going to have a
Well, I got you right there. I'll see your rap music and saying it's not about romance at all, and I'll lay a little Nelly on you, hot and her. It's getting hot in here. Take off all your clothes. Yes.
Okay, absolutely nothing about taking clothes off. Absolutely.
Well, but it's a fun
nothing.
song. I think you're missing the fun.
No, it is not.
I love it. They should interview each person that listens to this and say, "Do you think this is real or fake?" And if you say real, they put a bullet in your head.
Fun. It is not fun. That is not fun to me.
Or they at least castrate you so you can't reproduce and have other stupid people like yourself.
Understand me? Regardless of whether Susan hires you, I can fire you, Mark. Do you understand?
Whoa, hey. Wouldn't be the first time I've been fired from a DJ gig. I used to have a morning show in Tampa.
Oh, my God. Okay, that
That's
doesn't surprise me at all huge.
Back in the 80s, that was huge.
You know, I'm thinking this is not going to work out. All right, I'm going to just have to tell Susan.
We did this
that-
funny thing. Let me tell you a little bit about it. I'd be like, good morning. And we would do fart noises on the tins. And
Absolutely not. That's disgusting.
I'm just telling you about my radio show I had back in the 80s. There will be no fart noises.
I'm talking about my daughter's wedding. I don't want to hear about your gross radio show in the 80s. This is a wedding about love and commitment and people committing their love to each other for the rest of their life. This is not something to be made fun of or treated with
humps,
disrespect
my
or
humps,
dirty.
my lovely lady humps, my bumps, my lovely lady bumps. Check them out.
I am appalled. This is appalling. I cannot believe that you would have associated with something like you.
I got something to lay on you here. Did you say you're appalled?
Better Business Bureau.
Hey, you're a Paul? I'm a Mark. DJ Mark in the Dark. Yeah.
Do you think you're funny, asshole?
If you think I'm sexy and you want my body.
You're a whore.
I would literally let me drive my car over the bridge if my wife was listening to this and laughing and putting it over.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm divorcing her immediately. Secondly, I'm trying to drive the car over the Skyway Bridge to take us both out. Because I'm going to kill you. Because if anybody associated with me thinks this is funny or better yet real, then you know what? We're not friends anymore because you're stupid.
Dumb.
responsible DJ, and you're not coming anywhere near my daughter's wedding.
Whoa. I'll have you know, I've been called one of the best DJs in the country.
Yeah, by who, yourself?
It was a small Tampa newspaper back when I had a morning show in Tampa. Did I tell you about my morning show in Tampa?
This conversation is over. You are officially fired. I am making my decision right now. You will never hear from me or Susan again.
Then I should probably tell you got a phone prank to the face right now.
I got a what?
Pow! That's right. A double shot of phone prank coming at you.
Is that another one of your stupid-ass songs?
No, this is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
Oh, my God. That's so, Seth,
you
know what,
go.
Seth, guess what? Just drop the mic on your ass because it is. And not only is it a radio personality, but it's one that's very highly syndicated throughout the iHeart world. Like this guy's
really?
this guy. Yeah, I think this guy's. I think this guy has 4 or 5 or 6. I think this guy's got multi-markets.
He's got 1,500 followers on Instagram.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Doing a phone tap on you.
Jubal who?
Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show, and your daughter Susan set you.
I don't want to hear about your stupid 1980s radio gig.
Oh, keep selling it.
No, I don't have a stupid 1980s radio gig. I have a stupid one right now, currently.
What the hell are you talking about?
Your daughter Susan told me that you were worried about the music at her reception, so I figured I would call you and be an obnoxious wedding DJ.
Wait. So this whole thing is a prank?
Yeah.
Oh, Zoinksville. Make sure you give out the call letters.
Yes, it's a joke.
Well, it's not funny, all right? This whole thing, absolutely not funny.
Well, you should maybe talk to your daughter, and you might think it's more funny when she breaks it down to you.
Why don't you tell my daughter she can have fun paying for her own wedding, all right? Because this is the final straw. She has put me through enough. This is bullshit.
It was just a joke to try to lighten the mood a little bit.
Well, it's not funny.
Come on, Karen. Come on, buddy.
Oh.
Hey.
That's Jubal and Brooke. Lummy.
Brooke and Jeffrey.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is
Or
that
whatever it is? I don't know. There's.
Oh, it's Jubal and Brooke. Or that's what it was. Didn't you pay attention? Write it down. I got to play for the whole thing again.
Well, I only
maybe Chad will help you out. Maybe Chad will help you out, Lummy. Because I like for you to find this guy's webpage and this watch this. Look at this. Get a gander at this cheese dick. Jubal and Brooke in the Morning, and see how many affiliates he's got doing stuff like this.
They haven't dropped the podcast since 2020.
So they changed the name. That's what I was trying to say. I guess they changed the name to Brooke. Brooke and Jeffrey. Jubal left the show in 2020.
What happened to Jubal? Did he do something inappropriate?
They killed him.
It looks like he, after 9 years spent working at the popular radio show, he
maybe
left.
Google Jubal.
Yeah, Jubal flag.
See what he's doing, okay?
All right.
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
Man, my baseball card account has more followers than they do.
That's funny. Well, it looks like the Jubal Fresh guy's got 97,000.
Okay, well, what's Jubal Fresh doing nowadays?
I sent you his Instagram.
Jubal.
He has his own show.
Why, you looking to hire Jubal?
No. The minute I hire Jubal, you guys, that means we no longer have a radio show.
And then we've got a strictly streaming show with you and Jubal?
No. It means I'm fucking
Jubal
dead.
in the morning.
I mean, that means I've given you all your notices. We're done. This guy. Oh.
He's got a cool neck tat.
Really? You think that's cool?
No, fuck no.
You feel like hitting over you when they reach their breaking point and say something back. And as soon as that happens, the abuser goes, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you?" Or, "I can't believe you said that to me." Or, "You're crazy, what are you doing?" You're acting like a normal Jesus.
Yeah, Bubby, he's on iHeart. I sent you his information. His website. You can submit phone pranks, first date follow-up, catch a cheater.
Can you see? Is this right here?
Yes. That's his.
Can you see how many stations he's on?
I'll see. Yes.
Or at least I know.
Looks like right now Seattle, Portland, and Billings, Montana.
What now?
Seattle, Portland, and Billings, Montana. Is what I've seen so far.
Mm.
And then you have his YouTube channel with always To Catch a Cheater and.
Well, they got 5 people on their show.
How many? How many YouTubers they got?
I just sent you 18,500.
18,500.
Yes. And he looks like he gets about 1,000 views, 100 views. But he works for obviously he's under the iHeart.
What?
He's under iHeart. I can only find 3 channels though.
Oh my god, this is embarrassing.
Jubal's dirty little secret. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's up? You have a dirty little secret?
I do.
Sweet, what is it?
So the dirty little secret is a girl that I used to work with. This is heartbreaking, actually. So a girl that I used to work with was dating a guy, and he was sleeping with her sister.
Oh.
And I've known about it this entire time. She was somewhat of a friend of mine. And I haven't
I mean, you just make this shit up.
I have a different job that I keep in contact. Just, we're
Jubal's dirty little secret. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's up? You have a dirty little secret?
Good, I do. I'm so nervous right now. Yes, I do.
Sweet, what is it?
Okay, so my son's in 3rd grade, and
He's probably getting paid in the shade.
In the shade.
I'm not sure.
I mean, I actually would send this guy a shitty email.
What?
I'd say, you know what? This is the campiest cheese dick shit. Hi, I'm Bubba the Love Sponge.
A listener-supported sponge. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. Now returns.
Just like when we mentioned to Brett Favre the word skag, said he had 9 mowers, not one of them was a skag, and they're all breaking down. Go ahead and keep 9 mowers. Keep 9 junk-ass mowers, because your Toro or your Gravely or your X-Mark or your Bad Boy, all that residential junk out there is not a skag. It's just simply not a skag. You just say skag, let me, it stops them right in your feet. Like, oh my God, it's industrial, it's real hunky, it's real durable. You know, skags are also very simply designed. Like, there's not, they're designed to be rugged and simple to work on, and they're just, if you're not driving a skag, man, and you're cutting lawns for a living, I don't know, people probably are snickering behind your back saying you're, like when that guy that's got a whole bone skag, like 3 skag mowers in the back of his hauler comes zipping by you, and you got your little Toros, you feel like a little bitch now, don't you? You should. Deion Sanders got a skag. I got a skag. Brett Favre may or may not get a skag. I don't know. And Lummy, we got Average Joe, the best landscaper all of Tampa, that's fixing to buy 2 skags.
That's
trying
right.
to get him a deal right now at Mike's Lawnmower in Ocala. So go to, I think, Lummy, is it Skag or is it Skag Mowers? I forget which thing.
You use skag.com?
Just go to skag.com. They're part of the Metalcraft division. A company called Metalcraft owns Skag. And Metalcraft, Lummy, does like all types of part manufacturing for military and just all kinds of. Metalcraft, I think, Lummy, builds like 20 or 30% of all robotic stuff in America. Like they do a bunch of robotic stuff. And it's all based on, I think, what is it, Mayville? Mayville. I think I told Favre Maryville, but it's Mayville. Mayville, Wisconsin. Get you a skag. Don't be a little pussy. Let me, like I was, when I drive to Ocala and stuff, I see a bunch of lawn guys. And, boy, it really kind of shows what kind of operation you got when you got 3 skags back there with maybe a skag wind blower and maybe a skag seeder, and then you see this guy who's got literally like the Toros and the Craftsman, like little tinker toy, like mow grandma's lawn, mowers.
Little push mower.
Quit being a pussy and get a skag. Go to skag.com. So, Lummy, as we were investigating this guy who did a prank, this horrible. Did somebody just fart?
No, that was my chair. I'm sorry.
Did it not? Did it not?
It did sound like that.
Seth, did that not sound like a fart?
Oh, it did.
And if it was, that was an impressive one.
You say it was your chair, but it was probably your ass.
Yeah, it could have been.
How about that, Jubal? We don't do fake. We don't even do fake farts. We just let it rip.
Let it rip in my chair.
So radio has become this, I don't know, fake zookeeper. And especially morning shows, man. There's not a lot of morning shows that just shoot you straight from the hip like us. They're very transparent, very cool. Not too many things fake. We fake a few things here and there, Lemmy. We're working a little bit, but we're not doing full-blown actors that are calling in and doing fake phone calls or anything like that. Hey, man, if we were to do a subject about my dirty little secret, we would just talk about my sex life. Right? That's about the dirtiest. That's about the dirtiest stuff you could get into. Things that I guarantee you, Jubal doesn't get on the air and says, "Yeah, back when I was in the Power Pig from 1992 to 1996, I literally had a couple groupies come in and give me oral every night at 9:30." I've already told you all the dirty little secrets. I don't have to have fake dirty little secrets. So we started looking up this guy, Lummy, right? And this guy is a radio personality. Looks like he's syndicated in 3 different markets. Seattle?
Portland and Billings, Montana.
Seattle's a pretty good-sized market. Seattle, Billings, Montana, and where?
Portland.
And Portland, okay. So this is the guy. His name's Jubal. And he used to be with this other chick. The bit that we heard was when he was part of another show.
That was in New York.
It looks like they fired him, and it's kind. It
looks like I'm reading. Sorry, it looks like he left to go out to Seattle.
From where?
New York.
He was in New York at one time?
At that station. That's what it's looking like. It was in Long Island
I don't think he was ever based out of New York. I don't think he was.
Oh, okay.
I think his biggest city was. I think he was based out of Seattle. That was his big city.
Oh, okay.
But he had far more affiliates, and they replaced him with. I don't know if he pissed somebody off or he was making too much money, but they replaced him with somebody else. And they took over the big syndication. Then this Jubal guy, he's kind of doing a Bubba the Love. You know what? He's kind of doing what I'm doing, Lummy. He doesn't have a lot of radio affiliates, but he's trying to have like a YouTube presence. And he's trying to do content, as Jubal, right?
Yes.
He just doesn't have the numbers that we have. Like what's his YouTube channel? Got 13,000?
18.
Yeah. His YouTube channel. With all of his dirty little secrets and all of his little stuff. This is his Instagram right here.
Here's a term you might not have heard of. It's called reactive abuse. What that is where an abuser
continues to poke and push and abuse somebody until, like any normal human, they reach their breaking point.
Kind of like me and Seth. Yeah, Seth.
Yeah,
I think this is our dynamic.
I'm glad Jubal could clear this up for us.
Something back.
Hey, Bubba, what ended up fixing you and Seth's relationship? Some real creepy, tatted up neck guy, former top 40, living on yesterday, a guy named Jubal, does prank phone calls, the worst I've ever heard in my entire life.
And as soon as that happens, the abuser goes, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you?" Or, "I can't believe you said that to me." Or, "You're crazy. What are you doing?"
I think you're describing half of the entire world.
Acting like a normal human who has had somebody beating up on you.
He looks like, who was the guy, the actress that played Michael Keaton? He looks like if Michael Keaton was on
looks
crack.
Like Steve Buscemi.
If Steve Buscemi had a kid with Michael Keaton and it was on the spectrum with a neck tattoo, it would be this guy.
You either mentally or physically, and you reacted. But usually it happens to nice.
So this is Jewel right here. Jubal.
Yes.
And it looks like he's regulated on down to kind of doing his own thing and maybe trying to go digital, get out of terrestrial, although he still has Seattle. That's a pretty decent-sized market. I don't know what signal he's on. If he's on an FM signal in Seattle, that's probably pretty cool. But, Lummy, when you go to Jubal, what is it, Jubal?
JubalShow.com.
And it's hosted at iHeart. It goes on and shows you, this must be the iHeart podcast, the Jubal section of the iHeart podcast. And it breaks it into shows on demand, To Catch a Cheater, First Follow Update, Jubal phone calls, Dirty Little Secret, How to Catch a Cheater, all that fake stuff. Here's an example. This is what Jubal's riding with. Lummy, we're trying, you know what, Lummy, we put up videos of X-Pac, Sean Waltman, calling the show, talking about how Virgil could self-fellatio, real people that really existed, no made-up, Lummy, we had X-Pac, 1, 2, 3, he was on the phone, right?
Yes, he was.
And the people we were talking about were real people, wasn't some make-believe wedding that's not going to really happen, and he was giving us some dirty little secrets. Self-fellatio is a dirty little secret, don't you think?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm nervous right now. Yes, I do.
Sweet. What is it?
Okay, so my son's in 3rd grade, and he was doing really bad in math. He was coming home with horrible grades, and I tried to get him a tutor. He said, he just wasn't getting it. So I said, let me set up a time with his teacher and just try to get to the bottom of what's going on, because his other grades were great. So I set up
which goes to show you, Lummy, if you look at his numbers at 13.5 on YouTube, and some of it, I don't know what his other numbers are, but we are so far ahead of these people that are trying to, we've kind of forged the way on it. I think there are probably some radio guys that have better numbers than us on some stuff, but I got to think we're top 10 amongst radio personalities, and that also has a digital presence. I got to think, Seth, off the top of your head, the radio people in radio that are doing additional content. Is there anybody that that has?
I honestly don't, Bub. I stopped following radio and started following streamers a while ago. I don't know what Drew has going on. I don't know what Calta has going on. I don't know what Orlando has going on. I don't know what some of the bigger names have going on at all. I stopped paying attention to it. Is that wrong?
No, but I do know the stats, and I don't know of anybody, certainly nobody locally. And even, Lummy, it's nice to know that when we go out to we reach as far as Seattle, nobody has our volume.
No.
At a point, I was his teacher, and my husband wanted to come with me, but he ended up having to work late. So I got to the classroom and had my meeting, and I was I had seen this teacher before, but it was kind of like the beginning of the year, and I really hadn't taken in how attractive he was, to be honest, until that moment when I was sitting there talking to him. And it started out just he was so sweet, and he cared so much about.
I just want to know, did you F or not? Let me fast forward it.
Yeah.
Not that night, but, I couldn't stop thinking about him. I was making excuses to go to the school, and then...
So you hooked up with the teacher. Is that what you're telling us?
That's what, and I have been having an affair with the teacher.
Oh, are your son's grades better?
Yeah, so...
Oh, yeah, he's getting an A now. Oh.
I hope.
Yeah.
Man, if you're a guy teacher and little Johnny's hot mom is laying you to the coals, man, little Johnny hasn't even got to show up. I'm passing that guy with an A.
A's all day.
Right?
That's right.
I mean, it'd be like, let me just give it to you this way, Seth. You're teaching third grade, and Miss McGillicuddy is concerned about little Johnny, and she walks in with a rookie Webber-Yondan with a C.J. Stroud chaser, and says, "Hey, I got my husband owns a card shop, and I'll bring you. You just tell me what you want, and I'll fish it out of the deck and bring you one every couple weeks." Little Johnny please. That would be like as sexual as me and Lummy want to be with the hot chick. You might want to be a little bit more classy than we are, and so you do dirty things for baseball cards and basketball cards.
That's just where I'm at in my life right now.
But you would. You'd be like, if Mrs. Johnson said, "Okay, what's a very, very sought after card right now that you want?"
The rookie TNA card from Bubba the Love Sponge.
No, you son of a bitch.
86 Bill Buckner.
No, give me a real card right now, like a real card.
A real card. Let's see. I'd probably like some sort of Steph Curry patch autograph.
All right, so if little Johnny, you're the teacher, little Johnny, and Mama Susan walks in and she gives you the patch autograph of Steph Curry baseball card because her husband owns a baseball card shop, but little Johnny's flunking everything, and he eats his boogers. He's causing all kinds of trouble. He gets sent to the office. I mean, is little Johnny not, citizen of the entire year?
No, absolutely.
If Mom comes in and kicks it out wide with a Stephon Curry yippee-yo? Yeah.
All the way wide, super wide.
I know, Lummy, that the Jubal show, that's a fake situation, but it's somewhere, not that they're going to be on a top 40 radio show talking about it, but that's happening somewhere. And our country has 330 million people in here.
Yeah.
And if you can think of it, literally, somebody's doing it.
But
no matter how dirty it is, if you can think of it, somebody's doing it. Because you're not. I mean, you don't have these thoughts. We're not that brilliant where we can reinvent stuff. And so, let me you and I just have to think of the dirtiest stuff. Like the most outrageous, dirtiest stuff, and you got to know that somebody's doing that.
Yeah, you would assume so.
No, you wouldn't assume so. You know so.
Well, yeah.
Let's think of
I was just thinking that there's not that many male teachers these days, but
yeah, especially in third grade.
Exactly.
I think they kind of messed up by. The male teachers start rolling in about 6th, 7th, 8th grade.
Not this year.
Really?
My daughter's got it's a dude, 2nd grade.
For real?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We talked about it yesterday because I was
I
kind of
wasn't here.
Well, no, it was for that. I was on the after show. I just said I was kind of weirded out by it, and then
I'm weird. Hold on, I'm not her dad, and I'm weirded out by it.
And then I said, well, I mean, I shouldn't be judging a book by its cover, but I don't know. It just hits me a weird way. She likes him. She said he's nice. Had a great first day at school. I'm not that worried, but it just I don't know. If you tell me it's a girl teacher, no big deal. Tell me it's a guy, I'm thinking about it for a second. I don't know. I don't know if that's allowed to or not. I don't know if that's PC, if I'm going to get arrested.
I would have the same mindset. If I had a kid, your daughter, she's what, in 2nd grade?
Yeah. It's not it's not like a mindset of, I don't know.
No, hold on. But if I had a daughter who was starting 2nd grade and the teacher was a male, my kid never had a male teacher until he was in
middle
7th grade.
Yeah.
I think Tyler's first male teacher was 6th or 7th grade.
Mine was 6, and he was the basketball coach.
My first male teacher wasn't till 5th grade. That was back in 70s, back prehistoric times. Men didn't tend to deal with little kids as well as women. Women back then were wired better. They were more patient. They're more kind. But maybe now men have gotten so soft, Lummy, that now, I mean, that just shows you. Back in the day, men were a little harder. They weren't going to deal with a bunch of snotty-nosed little 2-year-olds. Now men have gotten so soft where, I mean, that's the
Are
ultimate.
You soft if you want to teach?
If you want to teach second graders, there's something not right there. I'm just saying, I don't think the average male wants to teach second graders. Hell no.
Unless that guy's a jobber and he thinks that that phone call is real and he's going to get some hot MILF that's going to want to,
No, I mean, I don't.
I'm the hot MILF he's going to get, Lummy.
I was just getting ready to say, I don't necessarily want to get into, Lummy, the potential issues as to why I would have a problem with a male second grade teacher. If I listed out what I truly am concerned about, probably wouldn't be radio friendly.
No.
But I just don't know of any man that has ever taught me, or any man that I know, or any man that I know that's a teacher or has been a teacher that would want to teach anything as a man. Not a woman, but as a man, teach anything lower than 5th grade. Because those little snotty-nosed little bastards, they need to be handled by a woman.
Are you saying ban male teachers in elementary school?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, but once you do get one, that seems a little odd. I've never heard of it. I all through my, trek through Warsaw High, and my sister's trek through Warsaw High School, and then my son's trek through, the schools, the public schools that we put him in. He was in some private schools. He was in private school till he was in 6th grade. Then I put him in regular middle school.
Normal.
And he never had, so even from my generation to my son's generation, male teachers did not teach 2nd grade. And so this is a first for me, Seth. Maybe society has gotten so soft that men now have the mindset and the patience and the kindness to be 2nd grade teachers. Because I think that, most men in our era were pricks and they didn't want to deal with these little kids.
Well, I'll have to ask him. I'll have to go. Why are you here? What happened? Are you here by choice, or is this just a stop on your way to where you really want to go?
Yeah, do they promise you there's a 7th grade opening for next year when Mr. McGillicuddy retires, and so we want to get you in the system. So just do 2nd grade for just this 1 year because next year is 7th grade willing. Do 2nd grade this year. We got you hooked up for 7th next year. So I could never deal with 2nd graders.
I'd rather deal with that than high school pricks.
I'd rather deal with somebody I could just say, everybody needs to open your book up and study, and I'm going to you got me all stressed out, and we're not going to have no lesson plan. We're going to use this period as a study hall, so as long as you're quiet and you're not disruptive, you can do anything you want. You can look at anything you want. You can get on your phone. You can do whatever. I'd be the worst teacher. I'd actually be the best worst teacher.
Oh no, that sounds good, Bubba.
Be like, hey everybody, Bubba the history teacher, and we had a lesson yesterday about, of course, World War II, but everybody seemed to not, does anybody got their homework done? No. Playing Fortnite all night. Was doing okay. All right, since nobody really cares about this, here's what we're gonna do. I'm wasting your time, and you're wasting my time. So I got some things I like to do on my phone, and I'm sure there's some things that I know some of your teachers says you can't have your phones out, but this is my classroom, and we're not going to learn any history today because you guys don't seem to care about it, and all you care about is being glued to your phone and got all just stupid stuff. So as long as everybody sits quietly in your desk, you're free to you can use this as a study hall and do other homework so that or you can just.
But are you talking about if you were a substitute teacher, or if you were an actual teacher the whole year? Because I'm just wondering how long
Karen would shut him down in a week.
I'm just wondering how long
What'd you learn today, Sethy?
Well, my teacher told me that he was over us, and that we were wasting his time and he was wasting ours. So can you imagine this?
You should at least tell him to Google the Civil War, Bubba, or something.
Yeah. And he told us he didn't think that we really cared about history. And so he told us we could look at our phones and just, hang out. So I played, Fortnite on my phone, and Jim was FaceTiming with his girlfriend. And, Mr. Clem's pretty cool.
Karen would shut you down in a second.
Yeah. Karen would be like, yeah. If you did you do your background search on him? Did you hear about him?
Well, but you'd be a PE teacher. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, I would. I'd be
with short shorts and a whistle that didn't even work and a weird attitude.
Every kid would get an A.
I'd be the football coach.
Well, I mean, elementary school. I was thinking,
No, I'm not.
Kickball.
I'm not going to be an element. I'm not going to teach elementary school. Okay. I'm going to teach like 10th grade. I want to teach like 10th grade. I don't even want to teach. I just I think Warsaw, when their football coach is such a badass football coach. Like he's gone, he's like 105 and 15. Like he's the new guy they have. His name's Bart Curtis. He's been there I think now 10 years, and he's they're always at least 7-3. 7-3 is a bad year for him.
Does he get his own office too?
Oh, yeah, he's got his own office, but I don't think that I think that if you're that good, that they let you teach study hall. You don't have to be a teacher. You can teach study hall.
Oh, so that'd be perfect for you.
Yeah, so I just teach study hall. And I remember back in the day when I went to school, that study hall there was 3 rules, Lummy. You had to be quiet. You had to ask permission to get up, and no talking. So we'd be in this big hallway, but they actually used the cafeteria as study hall. And there'd be a teacher on a little riser ahead of you. And if you needed to go to the bathroom, it was a 1. If you needed to go to the library, it was a 2. And if you needed to sharpen your pencil, it was a 3. So you'd raise your hand with what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Because, he couldn't have too many people in the library and not enough people. You couldn't send everybody. So you had to you had a little chart up there. How many people are actually at the library? How many people are in the bathroom? And as people would get back to the bathroom, then he might, he'd point, okay, go ahead, Clem, go, bathroom. I could do that all day. But really, Lummy, I'd just be up there drawing football plays. I'd be on my iPad, just looking up all football plays. And so I think if you're a good enough coach, you don't even have to be a regular teacher. You can just, babysit study hall and draw up football plays all day.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Making what, $50,000 a year?
60.
60 in Warsaw?
Oh, I'm sure he's making 60, 70. He's been there so damn long, and they can't let me. They stole him from another high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The man. Seth, I think like your mom, you would be a good teacher. I think you could really get in touch with the kids' emotions and stuff and care. No, I don't think you'll care, but I think if they were paying you $80,000, you'd care.
I was a damn good teacher. Look at all the people I birthed in radio, man.
Oh, look at mine.
Okay.
You want to go?
Where are we going?
You want to go 8 Mile? Let's go 8 Mile.
Okay.
On who birthed what? Who did you birth?
John Senning.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle.
Okay.
Micah Rotunda.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'll take credit for right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not even going to, I need to go to words. I'm running late. I don't need to face you up on that deal because, it'd be you're like Bill Cartwright and I'm like Michael Jordan right now, as far as stats. So I don't want to make you feel worried. I appreciate you being on my team. I don't want you to feel bad or nothing. I don't want you to make you feel, why do I need to beat a guy down? You're my friend, aren't you?
Are you putting him at Bill Cartwright?
Yeah, because they're right. Nobody.
Not even maybe a Ron Harper? Or?
No, more like a Dennis Rodman, kind of a bad boy.
My career is garbage because I never had anybody go to Howard Stern.
Here's the deal, Britt. Here's the deal, Lummy.
Yes.
I think Seth would be more like a Dennis Rodman because that would be more like I'm Michael Jordan and he's Dennis Rodman.
Oh, okay.
Dennis Rodman took a couple games off and they still won, but boy, when they had Dennis Rodman, you couldn't beat him.
That is true.
And Dennis Rodman was kind of a little bit of a loose cannon, a little kooky, kind of like who.
Yeah.
If we were to be intellectually honest, first one in a long time, Lummy. Seth is probably the kookiest one of. We all got our own hang-ups and stuff, and you got obviously a drinking problem. And, I mean, Rhett's got all kinds of issues.
I mean, when's the last time you talked to Macho Man? Oof.
Macho Man, I don't even have, Macho Man's got so many issues that he keeps them inside and it makes him mad. I got issues and hang-ups and quirks and kinks and naughtiness and stupid stuff. Lummy, you got some. But Seth, you're the mental one of us.
Okay.
Lummy's the strong, dumb one.
That's right.
I'm the kind of the
genius of it all.
No, I'm just kind of like the shop owner, whatever. And you're the mental guy. You're the one we're afraid of that one day could walk in with an AK-47 and blow us all away.
Well, I'd have to ask somebody to show me how to use it first.
If you want a deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back after these words.
Oh, you're not supposed to reply stop to spam text. Oh. Who knew that? Did you just file from Davenport? That's right. You were living good. Gotcha, Macho. What's up, John Costica?
I'm sorry, everybody eating in front of you. Sorry.
What's up, Dave the Slave? There he is. This idiot is sharp. Bubba's looking sharp. What's up, right from Jones Island? I did, Ward, but you didn't respond to me, so. I guess there will only be certain for one person, and not for everyone that else might be interested. Since I responded, but it's okay. I'll just don't worry about it.
Won't forget the man who died, who gave that right
Thanks,
to
Ward.
me.
Pray for Seth.
Pray for Seth.
Yeah, Shane, I just said it.
Say it, pray for Seth.
Pray for Seth, please. He's losing it. Thanks, Ward.
Say it, pray for Seth.
Pray for Seth. Pray for Seth. Glitter rubs. Good morning. It is okay.
Hi, Twitter. I'm Dave the Slave. Stuck at Dion's. Haven't been over here in a while. I need the original OGs. Hi.
Word probably didn't hear me.
And I proudly stand up.
I think maybe you should. I think you're so into this Lee Greenwood deal. I think you should maybe do a little performance on stage for us. You know.
All right, I'd like to see that.
You know,
Tukey.
Yeah. Get you up there on stage. Seth up there. Show karaoke, Lummy.
All right.
Fuck yeah. The Jubal show. Fuck yeah. Get it going, cuzzos. Wazzos.
I think Seth would nail it.
Thank you, Lummy.
You could be judges and you'd get a 10 out of 10. Great song selection.
Yeah, Brandy, stand up, okay.
What's up, Kendall Hill?
They're baking pumpkin pie on the news, man. It's too early for that.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. Now returns.
I don't need the video on that, Lummy, just the audio.
Okay.
I kind of want to, as we got an hour left, and then I'm going to go sit in my chair for 30 minutes, and then me and Clement Kush with the K. I think maybe today I've not been like very good. I think I've been horrible as a host. I'm not really happy with my hosting skill set today. I think I'm giving myself like a C, Lummy, just because I'm just a little freaked out about. I've just had a tough couple days.
I mean, your schedule and routine and life are all thrown off.
So I'm just I don't know if I've really been. I think I've maybe. If I reflect upon my hosting today, Lummy, I don't know if I've knocked anything really out of the park. So,
I think you have.
Oh, thank you.
Multiple things.
Well, thanks. Appreciate it.
Which one, Lummy?
All 5 segments. God love him.
You can't trip him up at all, man.
Man, I love him. I mean, deep down, man, after it was all said and done, if we ended it, like if I lost everything, I just come to you and say, hey, Lummy, before Macho Man, I have to let him go. Could you spend like a week and him teaching you everything?
They're going to say, could you go take care of the pond real quick before I
Let me, I'm going to start helping you with the pond because I need you to be the engineer and the video guy, okay? And you got to prep me, and you got to book guests, and you got to come turn it all on and work the cameras and be on the air with me. It's just me and you, buddy.
Whatever you need, Bubba. I'll be here.
Seth quit. Rhett quit. Macho Man quit. Just me and you, bud. In fact, I'm gonna move. Lummy, can you come next weekend with the Get Fresh crew? We're moving everything out to the Merch Crick's house in Pasco County, and we're just gonna do the show from her garage.
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Big Red said he could build some backdrops, to make it look fancy, and then.
Well, then I'm coming back and asking for a raise if you're getting out of here. Cause
so you're saying if we don't have this overhead,
I know what you got. Yeah, I know what you're paying here. So
jeez,
I'd be a millionaire.
Seth would be like, "Hey, Sponjo, once you're in Merch Crick's garage, once you get that set built, I'm available. I know you don't got any rent anymore, buddy. I know you're putting X amount right to the bottom line, or it could be half of my salary." Macho's like, "Yeah, it could be half of my salary too. Yeah, dig it."
Oh, then they could fight over it. I mean, Seth is a boxer.
Macho Man would kill him.
I'm a boxer?
You said yesterday you're ready to challenge Bubba at any point in time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. God.
See?
Yeah. When do you?
Well, I just said if we did fight, I would just I'd go in cold. I don't need to warm up. Just go in cold like a street fight. Whatever happens, happens.
But when do you want to do this?
If
or do you think it has to be like more
today on Clement Kush?
You said that you said I'm the most unstable on the show. So let's see when I'm feeling the least stable. And it'll happen. I won't jump you. I'll give you notice. I want to fight right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be like right now you could be like today would be like the day that you were unstable, and then you'd be like, "Hey, Sponjo," and I'd be like, "What?" You go, in 56 minutes you want to drop some hands, buddy?
Yeah.
You want to go? I mean, because I'm feeling unstable, baby. So do you got the boxing gloves still? So let's go out there and mix it up a little bit there, big boy.
I think that's how I would do it.
Can I be the ref? And if I'm the ref, may I know when to stop, like the absolute beatdown that someone might be giving?
Yeah, you can be the ref, but yeah, and you got to be fair too. Like, what if?
If I die, I die, Lummy. No, throw it in the towel.
No. What about this, Lummy? What if I went out there and he just absolutely lit me up, like made me look like, I make me look just like, you ever seen some of Tyson's real early fights and he has all these ham and eggers and he goes in there and literally like within the first minute and a half, he's already dropped him 2 times. And then I like, there's been what Mike Tyson's, I think he had a 27-second knockout one time. What if I went in there and Seth is just this, stud and he just makes me look stupid? I mean, I think it would change the whole dynamic of the show. I think the show would be ruined. Now I'm the snowflake puss boy.
I could never come back.
And you're the alpha. You're the alpha. And I can't say anything about it, Lummy, because he just whipped my ass.
I would never let that happen.
Lummy, being an alpha is also trying to like think that, within the maleness of the pack that you hang out with, that you could do pretty good. Like you could still, like you're kind of tough, and the average, you can hold your own against the average guy. Now you're not trying to fight Rob Kahn at the dollhouse, but like if you just rolled up, part of being an alpha is thinking that you can still defend yourself. Now, Lummy, obviously we're not going to go down to Crunch Fitness and go find some dudes that look like Macho Man and try to start stuff, with them. But if a guy like Seth, if we lived in the same neighborhood, Lummy, and he tried to come up and start some nonsense with me, I would think that I could probably, maybe take him. And then that,
so.
But can you imagine how humiliating it would be if that electric Lummy, our lawnmowers, we got big beefy Skags. We live in the same neighborhood as Seth, okay?
Yeah.
And we got our big beefy Skags and everything, and he's got his little green electric Ryobis out there.
Yeah.
And he's always outside vaping, and he has anxiety, and he's sometimes in his underwear walking up and down the streets in the middle of the night. And so we kind of make fun of him and be like, hey, that guy's kind of whacked out a little bit. He's got Ryobi when we got Skags. And then one day something happens and we get up in his face and he just absolutely cleans our clock like it's a Steve Inman video. Like he just completely
now you got me beating both of you guys up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You'd the cock of the walk right there.
Yeah, so then at that point, man, this little nerd boy just dropped 2 of the biggest dudes in the neighborhood. Bubba and Lummy got dropped by this dude. Lummy, do you know how much that would go around the neighborhood fast and how people think he'd be like, oh my God.
The guy that walks in the underwear and Ryobis, he's the badass.
The guy that walks in his underwear, pukes on the sidewalk, and is always full of anxiety. And his brakes are squealing. And his boss had to buy him new tires. He dropped 2 of the toughest guys in the incomplete neighborhood. Folded them like chairs. Can you imagine?
I'll do it again, bitch.
I'd have a for sale sign in the front yard instantly.
Seth said, I'll do it again, bitch.
I'm out of that neighborhood.
If you and I are the bitch, we'll take our massive Skag commercial mowers and get the hell out of here, because Ryobi boy, nothing's worse than getting your ass kicked by Ryobi boy, right?
No,
God.
Geez.
My new name's Neighborhood Watch, you slut.
Just taking down violations, ready to start kicking some ass.
Yeah.
Him and Babyface are the 2 badasses.
God. Thing about it is, I think Babyface could be a badass, maybe.
What?
I don't know.
What?
Boy, his last appearance last Thursday, it was overly irritating. I have to have a talk with him and be like, listen.
You just had a talk with him.
Like if you he does his Bubba impersonation ad nauseum, like he's using it almost as a crutch. It should be for special times only, maybe that you bring out 3 or 4 times during a show, not 3 or 4 times within each segment. He goes into his whole Bubba rant and how stupid I am, and just think. I mean that's kind of his shtick, but it's becoming his only shtick. He needs to be Brian, schmarmy ass, toothy attorney, liberal, snowflake too. Not just an anti-Bubba impersonator.
You don't think his comedy right now is well-rounded enough? You think it's more centered on you and not centered on... Okay.
And I just think that I think he's using me I think he's going a little bit too much to the Bubba paint. And listen, doesn't make his opinions and anything less funny or topical. I just think that he's just needs to lay off the Bubba thing a little bit.
You're going to have that talk with him, or you're hoping he's listening?
Hopefully he's listening. So let me, Donald Trump and Elon try to have a X deal. It was scheduled to be at 8 o'clock. Elon Musk's X saw technical difficulties Monday as the billionaire attempted to host a live conversation with former president and 2024 Republican nominee Donald Trump through the platform's Spaces feature, which significantly delayed due to system glitches.
Oh, it sucked, man. It was Bubba. It took 20 minutes, and it was the only thing I could compare it to is if you were calling a radio station trying to win a prize, 20 years ago, and you just keep calling and it's busy and it's busy and it's busy.
This massive attack illustrates.
So you're talking about for those that were trying. We're actually watching a feed from them offering the feed, but you're saying real time as you were trying to get connected on. It was just an absolute joke.
I couldn't get on, and then 20 minutes in, I stopped. I went and read Twitter. Everybody was still having problems. I fell asleep, woke up at 9. Then I got in no problem, and then at that point, I was just like, I'm done. So it was not. I don't know who they're blaming it on. I just don't think they were prepared. I know Elon's saying they were, but
Elon's saying that they were, they were attacked, cyber attacked. Of course, that's what you say. You can say that even if you weren't cyber attacked, because how can people prove that you weren't?
Even Elon was kind of a dick. He's just like, okay, people can't get in because of this. He's like, so they'll hear it tomorrow when we release it on demand.
Well, it looks like there was a global cyber DDoS attack that prevented most of the people from the East Coast.
But here's the deal,
to navigate Twitter, Reddit, and Netflix.
So let's say
weird, man.
Hold on. So let's say that indeed there was a cyber attack, okay? Just for all intents purposes, let's say that there was. And Lummy is saying that there are various news places that are stating that there was indeed a cyber attack. Yes?
Yes, that's
okay.
what, yeah.
All right, if Lummy said, I believe it now.
CNN, I looked at CNN, but...
Now, what did CNN say?
That's what they were saying. They're
all right,
saying
so hold on. Even CNN. So if CNN's reporting that indeed it just wasn't Elon's guys who weren't prepared for the bandwidth, that indeed they were attacked, and CNN saying it, well, then it would tend to probably be credible because CNN doesn't want to ever give Donald Trump a break, right?
You still know Elon had 3 engineers and 2 IT guys murdered last night, though, just to blame him on this.
So, but here's my point. How pathetic are we that we have to sabotage a political candidate and his, Q&A or his press conference, so to speak, that we have to sabotage it because, hey, listen, the persons that attacked him weren't Donald Trump fans. The people that crippled X/the Spaces program and made it disruptive for people to hook on, like Seth, because they were being cyber attacked. Those aren't people that want Donald to win. Those are people that are obviously. Well, so, why are we like that? Shows you how pathetic we are. Like,
was it coordinated just against Twitter? Because Lummy said it shut down Reddit and Netflix too.
Well, I think they got to shut down 3 or 4 in order to make the one that they shut down look not so obvious.
Man,
so you know what? Your main target is to shut X down, but go ahead and shut a couple others down too, which might get them off the trail a little bit. But we know it's. But you know what happened here.
Because I guess, like I said earlier, I guess the European Union or the European Commission was threatening to legal actions against Elon if he posted the uncensored interview.
I saw that there was something.
What?
I sent you the link for the article.
So they were gonna. Somebody was gonna.
The European Commission. European Commission.
Okay, the European tech regulator threatens to punish Elon Musk X for airing the Trump interview. So, do you have to Like, if you're X, do you have to be?
No, he pretty much sent out a meme saying "F you guys."
But what I'm saying is, so like, can countries or regions have a position that's like a tech czar that can determine what people in that region can get over the internet? Much like China. China regulates what people can see. Right?
Yes.
Well, so is there a European regulator that has that represents X amount of countries in Europe that is a
That seems like a weird job, right? Like
well, they do that with they were doing that with TikTok and even some.
But I think they do have. I think they do have that, Seth. And so like the bottom line is that guy could say, listen, I'm not allowing X to be seen in Europe anymore.
And I even sent you a tweet that we kind of responded to, but from the Washington Post, the reporter asked the press secretary, Raggedy Ann, if the president was going to intervene in this, situation in the interview by stopping it.
Elon Musk is slated to interview Donald Trump tonight on X. I don't know if the president is going to tune in. Feel free to say if he is or not. But I think that misinformation on Twitter is not just a campaign issue. It's it's an America issue. What role does the White House
Hold on. You're automatically assuming that the interview is going to be misinformation?
Well, that's what Trump does, is he lies.
But what I'm saying is, like, that is very much protected by the First Amendment. I mean, like, the very founding, most important amendment that we have, the reason why we were able to speak badly against the king and fight against Britain and become independent was based on the First Amendment, able to question the king, question authority, have the freedom of speech within certain regulations. And you're going to say that a guy that owns a tech company, X, Elon Musk, that the president of the United States and or our government is going to step in and do what? Like shut him down? Because he's your opponent and you automatically think that anything out of his mouth is misinformation? And quite frankly, when has misinformation been illegal?
Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation about you.
Like misinformation, misinformation's not illegal. It's people's First Amendment right. Now you can get into slanderous and defamation and things like that, and that's even harder to prove when the more public of a figure you are. That's why people can say literally, Bubba just had sex with 6 donkeys last night, all underage.
Well, they're trying to stop that because another thing I put on Twitter.
Underage donkey?
Yes. But UK is arresting people for posting mean things on Facebook.
All right, hold on here. President. So this guy's asking the press secretary of the United States, Jean-Pierre Raggedy Ann, that is the president going to step in and shut this down because it could be misinformation? How do you shut something down that you said was going to be misinformation? What if Elon Musk and Donald Trump just talked straight facts like, hey, Donald, what's 5 + 5? 10. Hey, Elon, what company do you own? Tesla. Hey, Donald, what former XFL football team did you used to have? The New Jersey Generals? Like, what if they were just going to go back and forth like that? With real verifiable information? You're automatically asking the United States of America to get down and shut down a media source based on misinformation that has not been given out yet. What are you going to say?
Isn't it up to us to decide what misinformation is?
Yeah. Not this guy.
have in sort of stopping that or stopping the spread of that or sort of intervening in that. Some of that was about campaign misinformation, but it's a wider thing, right?
Yeah, no, and you've heard us talk about this many times from here about the responsibilities that social media platforms have.
They have none. They have none. They do whatever they want. And it's usually it usually helps you more than it hurts you. Her party.
when it comes to misinformation, disinformation. Don't have anything to read out from here about specific ways that we're working on it, but we believe that they have the responsibility. These are private companies, so we're also mindful of that too. But
she's saying nothing. We're concerned about it.
Look, it is. I think it is incredibly important.
I mean, unless Trump blurted out, I just want to let you know right now that Kamala Harris is having sex with a 6-year-old boy. That's right. She likes to have sex with little boys. That's right.
I think he said she was pretty last night.
No, what I'm saying is like unless he's spewing out just really slanderous, defaming, there's nothing he can say that would be considered, something that he couldn't under his First Amendment right. It could be obnoxious. It could be not even true. But when, Kamala Harris is very much a public figure, you could pretty much say anything about her. Pretty much.
Oh, Trump said beautiful Kamala Harris looks like wife Melania.
There you go. Look at that.
To call that out as you're doing. I just don't have any specifics.
I just want to let you know, that she's a dog-faced bitch compared to my girl. Look at my girl. She speaks 5 languages. Yes, she does. That means she can cuss me out 4 different ways I can't understand.
on what we have been doing internally as it relates to the interviews, and that's something that I'm tracking, and I'm sure the president.
Oh yeah, I'll go track it up, baby.
But I think that the UK one, I don't know if you saw it, but yeah, they were arresting this old guy because he put some mean things up on his Facebook.
The UK, they're rolling up in your house, and they're literally like, if you are where did he post it at?
Facebook.
He put it on Facebook, and what did he put?
They didn't say in this, but I guess other media sources were saying he just put some like mean things about some people he didn't like.
Okay, so
what do you mean I can't have any alcohol?
Okay, well I'll tell you. Okay, the time's 20 to 3, 14:40. I'm arresting you on suspicion of improper use of the electronic communications network. And
what?
127 of the Communications Act, okay? So you do not have to say it.
They're even nice when they arrest you in the UK, aren't they?
That may harm your defence if you don't mention one question subject to later or in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand that?
So I'm actually being arrested?
You're going to be arrested, okay?
Right.
So you got to the police station.
Right.
Okay, this is in relation to some comments that you've made on a Facebook page. Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, it's a Facebook crime, is it?
Okay.
I mean, like, I got to be honest with you, man. Anything short of I'm going to kill a public official or something like that, or maybe even anybody. I think if I went on my Facebook page and say I'm going to kill Warren Garrison and his family today, I got to think maybe the authorities might want to have a talk with me on that deal.
I sure hope so.
Okay, but anything short of that. Anything short of that, you can say anything you want. You could say, Bubba the Love Sponge has man boobs and has sex with donkeys, underage donkeys. I know that for a fact. I saw him. I got the film. I'm in my office, brother. You can do all that.
Okay.
Right.
So we need to ask you some questions about that.
Right.
Have you got anything in your pockets?
I've got my keys. I suppose I think keys.
So, anyone who's been arrested, we can search them under Section 32 and be something known as that.
Right.
And that's for dangerous items.
Evidence. You said I was going to be arrested under some what information? I'm going to be arrested for posting on Facebook.
Some comments that are offensive, obscene, and people have made a complaint about that, and it's transferred.
Can you tell me what this comment was?
So, Seth, all you got to do is complain on somebody that made a couple,
This does sound like the kind of guy, though, that would, threaten people or say, really wrong things and then totally forget he did it.
We'll do that when we interview.
But the cops don't come down here.
All right. And so, what am I going to be locked up for the night, or?
Hopefully not.
Right. Do I need to take my medications with me?
Yes, we will look at taking all of those.
When do you need to take them?
And Seth would be like, okay, I got to get my medications. It's going to take a while. Seth comes to the back, garbage bag full of pill bottles.
I run out the back door.
I've got pain medications. I've got sleeping medication. I've got anxiety medications, which I might take one of those in a bit. Okay.
Well, if we take everything with us, then you've got everything there, haven't you?
And then we've got a nurse up there. They'll be able to they'll be able to come and see you, and then once you've been there, they can assess whether or not medication can be issued. All right. So what we're going to do is, you want to pop yourself up. We're just going to
pop yourself up.
Yeah, search you.
To come with you.
My glasses?
Yeah. Do you want to take them with you?
That's his wife.
First of all, I'm going to seize this. Okay.
Hey, she hates him, so you don't hear her protesting too much, do you now?
Nope.
She's the one who called the cops.
She had her hand on her hip saying, "Take this old bastard out of here. I'm tired of him."
It's evidence.
Well,
So it's
I mean, are they really doing? I mean,
No, there's multiple ones of that.
They
online.
don't. They don't look like they're like too happy or enthused about doing it, though.
Well, at least they're not like running in and pulling him out of his little couch.
Well, no, I think in the Great Britain, I think they're really nice about everything.
Well, no, I'm saying like it doesn't seem like the cops really feel like this is a law they're excited to enforce.
I don't know. They're knocking on the door and taking the guy in.
Well, they're doing what they have to do, but I don't know. It just seemed like they knew it was a bunch of nonsense.
Lummy, we do have portions of the Trump Elon deal. I've been told there's really not a lot of high spots. It was not really.
It was a big 2-hour nothing burger.
I heard that. Did you get a chance to hear any of it?
Just a little bit of it. And it was a lot of Trump talking, like Seth said. I was trying to skim through it.
All right, we'll try to start listening to it a little bit next. Okay.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Hey, Bubba.
Yipper.
I just IM'd you where he called Kamala beautiful.
Okay.
I don't know if Lomi was sending that to you.
Let me. I'm not getting a Seth IM.
Hold on, it's coming.
It's fake news.
It's on TMZ. That's right.
Fake news, though.
That's where I get my.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's fake
Still
news.
not I still don't got it.
Kamala's as hot as his wife.
Did you send it?
I've sent it twice.
Well, nothing's coming up.
Nothing.
I sent it to you, Bubba.
All right. Thank you.
I
Thank you,
access
Seth, too, Lummy, I'm sure. However we get it, we get it.
It's the same one. It's on TMZ.
But Seth had it first, but I just couldn't. Of course, just couldn't.
No,
get it.
I'm sure Lummy had it. I just vocalized it just because that was the only thing I saw.
No, to be honest, Seth, I didn't have that one. I just figured that was fake news.
All right, here we go. We got it. Everybody shut up.
Misinformation on our show.
Everybody shut up, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And a little help from my friends.
Chase Claypool done for the year.
Do you blow his knee out?
No.
And what's going to happen with the CD Lamb deal?
They're gonna have to fucking pay him, Bubba.
Jerry Jones said he missed them.
Didn't they say offered him like 134 million or something?
Yeah. He's gonna have to come off that shit.
I didn't realize what a big year he had last year.
Yeah, he blew up.
He was the top receiver.
And he had a shit ton of rushing yards.
Yeah, I don't know where I was, but I had no idea how massive. I know he's good. He was a steal too, where they got him late in the first round. Yeah, I saw the thing about Jamar Gibbs, but that was from a non-credible guy, because I'm seeing hamstring, but then they said he tore his ACL, so I think he's probably okay. Normally when it's an ACL, they announce it pretty quickly. I mean, he's still could have torn a hamstring, I guess, but ACLs, they know, and it starts to leak out.
Bulldog Tommy.
I think everybody should be arrested for posting on Facebook. Creators, commenters, perverts. Oh, I know where you gotta go. We can start doing spaces. We can host fireside chats. What's up, everybody? Sorry, I'm reading about Iran trying to blow up Israel. Trying to jam my news in.
Didn't the U.S. just send
Yeah.
the Abraham?
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. All at the Bubba Army. Now returns.
Elon Musk, via his Spaces Audible portion of X, tried to have Donald Trump on yesterday as an interview. There's now, it's been verified. I don't think it's fake news. I think it's real. Even verified by CNN that there was an attack on X to try to stop all this. Seth tried to get on several times, couldn't get on for at least the first hour or so. And so he experienced these technical difficulties. Hard telling how many people tried to...
I tried to get on. For high spots.
Here's a little bit of it.
There's a lot of opposition to people just hearing what President Trump has to say. And but I'm honored to have this conversation. I want to emphasize it's a conversation.
You think they were in the same room, or were they piped in from different places, you think?
I think they got to be in different places.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
They did because Trump took a picture of himself at a table.
And it's really...
So they just kind of audibly zoomed in, right? Something like that, Seth?
Yeah, that's what Spaces is. I mean, people meet in there, and they do have, times where they'll get together, but obviously nothing as big as this.
Right.
Intended to just get a feel for what...
This is probably the biggest Spaces moment in the history of Spaces.
Elon sounds kind of bored.
Donald Trump is just like in a conversation.
I think that's his delivery.
Is it okay?
Yeah, that's his swag.
So it's hard to catch a vibe about someone if you just don't hear them talk in a normal way. And when there's an adversarial interview, like no one's themselves in an adversarial interview. And this is really aimed at kind of open-minded, independent voters who just trying to make up their mind. So you can understand, like, what is what is it just like to have a conversation? So, honored to Donald. Great to speak. We had a great conversation.
Man, Elon sucks as a host.
Yesterday, as you mentioned yesterday, if we could just
he is on the spectrum.
Record that conversation.
The brilliant spectrum, the Asperger's brilliant one.
I'm surprised he doesn't. I've never really seen him nervous before.
Yeah,
it's surprise. I don't know what it was. Maybe he's getting texts about how the Twitter got taken down or something.
Yeah, maybe he's dealing with technical issues as he's trying to host the interview, and he knows that 80% of the people can't get on, and his IT guys are getting back to him saying, "Man, we're getting attacked, and you got to still try to do an interview." I could see where potentially he could be scattered right now.
I do think it was a good idea that he did it, though.
I do too.
Excellent, and I hope we can have something like that today.
Well, I think we will.
Well, I think Seth, as it gets older, people will take clips of it and may make shorts of it, whether it be funny ones or informational ones, and it'll be people will chop it up and meme it up. So
maybe you just need to hear Trump's voice for the first time,
Yeah.
and then you kind of get put at ease.
I'm pretty sure we will. And congratulations, because I see you broke every record in the book with so many millions of people, and it's an honor. We view that as an honor. And then you do want silencing of certain voices. Usually those are voices that have something to say that are constructive.
Boy, not a good connection. His S's are messed up. You know what I'm saying? Not a real good connection. They're sabotaging his feed too.
Times constructive. And so we have to consider it an honor. But congratulations on breaking every record in the book tonight. That's great.
Well, thank you. Well, I mean, maybe we could start off with, the assassination attempt, which was an incredible thing. And I have to say that, your actions after that assassination.
I think Elon Musk might be AI.
AI is not choppy, Bubba.
Yeah, I think
AI is smooth.
Yeah, I think Elon. I don't know, man.
He should have done AI.
Yeah, maybe.
You instead of shying away from things, instead of ducking down, you were pumping your fist in the air and saying fight, fight, fight. And I think that's, the president of the United States represents America, and I think that is America. That is strength under fire, and so that's a big.
That's a good thing.
Part of the reason why I was excited to endorse you as the president of the United States for having another term here is that was just incredibly inspiring. But I mean, what was it like for you?
Not pleasant. I have to be honest.
Not pleasant. Had the bullet, just about an eighth of an inch go the other way. I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I'd be,
I said there was blood. I had more blood. I didn't know I had that much blood. The doctors later told me that the ear is a place that is a very bloody place.
A very bloody place. A lot of vascularity up there, a lot of blood. Made sure I smeared some across my face so I look like a warrior. Then I wanted to do the fight, fight, fight gimmick. It worked out well.
You're going to get hit. But in this case, it was probably the best alternative you could even think about because it went at the right angle. And, it was a hard hit. It was very...
All right, so I think that just probably goes on and on and on and on. And maybe, as
2 hours.
As the day goes on today, people will have it.
Yeah, they'll clip it down.
Cut it up into,
Yes.
Donald talks about this. Elon asks him about that. Individual topics. This is an excerpt from last night's. And now, has this been verified to be true?
Lummy said it was fake news, but
I was joking when I said that.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's on TMZ, Bubba. I mean,
no, it's real. I was joking.
All right, hold on. This is something that Donald said last night. TMZ picked up on it.
She's terrible. But she's getting a free ride. I saw a picture of her on Time Magazine today. She looks like the most beautiful actress ever to live. It was a drawing.
He sounds like he's got Mike Tyson lisp, does he not?
He does sound like he's slurring a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Beautiful actress ever to live. It was a drawing. And actually, she looked very much like our great First Lady, Melania. She didn't look like Camilla. That's right. But of course, she's a beautiful woman, so we'll leave it at that, right?
Elon goes, yeah. He sews it up.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to come back with this.
Oh, boy.
Now, what is this? It's gotten 4,000 views in a couple days. Story time with Dutch, Dutch Mantel?
Dutch Mantel,
they have 120,000.
Yeah.
They have 120,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel. Dutch Mantel was a little known, I don't know where he wrestled, but
WCW, WWE.
But
he was head of creative at TNA at one point too.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if he was there when I found out the years, because I was there in 10 and 11.
So I reached out to them, too, to see if they would like to get the story straight.
Really?
So I'm just waiting to hear back from them.
How bad is... Hold on, I've not heard it.
Oh, it's bad.
Oh, it's bad?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of
just the standard misconceptions.
Yeah.
That I did my friend dirty. I taped it. I shopped it. I sold it.
Yeah.
I benefited from it.
The Big Show is standing outside.
Big Show was outside. He was getting ready to tag in, but Heather couldn't take that.
He was at TNA 2003 to 2009.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. When Hogan and me and the boys came.
But do you know who he's credited to bring it into TNA?
What's that?
Do you know who he's credited to bringing in?
Who?
Awesome Kong.
Oh, there you go. Hopefully we're trying to get a hold of her, too.
Yeah, trying to.
All right, perfect.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Elon!
Yeah.
Elon! Just ask the question, Elon.
At the time, he was in the office around the corner, in the same property. But he said it. But he knew what was going on. Of course he did. Yeah. Oh yes. But he got nothing, right? Or did he get something? What would he get? I don't know. But if he got if Hulk got any money at all, which I don't know what he got, would he cut Bubba in on it? He ended up. No, they fell out over it because he didn't know he was getting filmed. This was all covert. Why was it? How did he end up getting the tape? Good question. Didn't Bubba sell that tape to Gawker? Must have done. Must have done. Or through like a third party who shit. Because apparently there's like a pornographer, like a celebrity pornographer, who actually specializes in celebrity sex.
Man, imagine doing an 11-minute podcast and not even doing any research for it.
To try and sell them.
Yeah, no shit.
I think that was the case.
No, it's a longer podcast, but
Okay.
they cut up the Killing Gawker one.
Is that what they said? It was in the public interest? He will support this feeling we have that if a guy gets hot and we'll let him do it. Because yes, it is. Because obviously, there's journalistic integrity and like shield laws and stuff like that. Obviously, not in this case because they lost. But the public interest. Yeah, people are going to be interested in seeing a Hulk Hogan sex tape. But does that mean it's in the public interest to publish it? Is that what they said? It was in the public interest? That's what they always hype it. So Peter Thiel outing him as gay, that's in the quote-unquote public interest. Well, I don't know if it was in the public interest, but the public was interested in seeing it. I don't know if it's because I wanted to see it myself. I never watched all of it. I thought I'd seen more. Maybe I didn't watch all of it, just turned it off. I think it was just too depressed to watch that. And this is Bubba the Love. And this is Bubba the Love Sponge. It was his girlfriend, right? To watch that. And
Good. Bud City, 61 months. We'll go.
Thank you, Melissa Carpenter.
I don't know if I see that one in jury. Who is in double T?
Hey, Lummy, as soon as the show's over, will you go? I printed something. Will you go?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. It's tax shit.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army, now returns.
We'll do probably about 10 or 11 minutes. Let me get out of here a little bit early. And then I'll take a 30-minute. I need to get back on my chair, man.
Vegas Bubba Army 20.
I haven't been on my chair for a while. Me and Seth will try to fire up Clem Cush about 10:30, 10:35, if that's okay with you, Cushy.
Yeah, no
All right,
problem.
perfect. Let me as Ben Affleck and Matt Damon all have announced that they are making a movie called Killing Gawker, telling the Peter Thiel outed as a homosexual financed the Gawker Gawker versus Hogan trial. Peter Thiel, a Silicon Valley billionaire who started PayPal, backed Hogan financially, and that's what, this latest Killing Gawker. There's been books written about it, but everybody's got it so wrong. Now, I have a 3-part documentary. There's a 3-part documentary that I'm a part of, not as far as ownership or management, but they interviewed me. They told my side of the story, basically. And you guys know the truth. I mean, I don't think I think the truth is irrefutable once you're presented it.
Yes.
It's court documents, it's phone records, it's emails, it's FBI busts, it's unrefutable or undisputable evidence on some of the information that I will give. But the general consensus is and it's tough. I know a lot of people say, man, quit talking about it, but it's tough when every day somebody is got the wrong story about a very big scandal you were part of, and it just and I'm not on the looking good. Listen, there's some sides of this that there's no way I could look good on some of this stuff, Lummy, but people fundamentally have it wrong. They think that not only did I film it, but they also think I shopped it, which I didn't. They also think that I sold it, which I didn't. And they also think that I'm the one that leaked it to Gawker, which I didn't. And if all 3 of those things never had happened and this thing just stayed in my drawer, it would have been eventually destroyed. Only 3 human beings are supposed to know about this. Now, yes, you can always go to if you hadn't taped it, yes, you're right. But I did tape it. And it was stolen. And I didn't do these things. But I am a horse's ass for taping it. I don't know how much more I have to pay. And why people just fundamentally love me. And this just shows you how wrongfully reported this thing is, because we know the truth, because God, how do you not work here and not know the truth, or at least have it Stockholmed into your fat head?
This is Bubba the Love Sponge. It was his girlfriend, right?
This is what people think.
It was his wife at the time. He was in the office
Really?
around the corner, yeah, in the same property, and just.
But he said it. But he knew what was going on.
Of course he did. Yeah.
Oh yes. But he got nothing, right?
Well,
or did he get something?
What would he get?
I don't know. But if Hulk got any money at all, which I don't know what he got, would he cut Bubba in on it?
No, they fell out over it because
Dutch knows old school.
He didn't know he was getting filmed. This is all covert.
Why was it? How did he end up getting the tape?
Good question.
Didn't Bubba sell that tape to Gawker?
I mean, boom. That should be in the documentary, don't you think, Lemmy?
Yeah, right there.
Just this tape.
Good question.
I mean, this. I need to get it to my producer guy.
Over it, because he didn't know he was getting filmed. This is all covert.
Why was it? How did he end up getting the tape?
Good question.
Right here. Let me this question right here.
Yep.
Didn't Bubba sell that tape to Gawker?
Must have done. Must have done. Or through like a third party who shit. Because apparently there's like a pornographer, like a celebrity pornographer, who actually specializes in celebrity sex tapes.
But meanwhile, I mean, not.
Is that Pete Davidson?
Keith Davidson.
Keith Davidson.
I mean, Seth, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
With all the court documents that's come out and all the thing, I mean, and the emails, and do people of Cox know the truth that Calta is the one that brokered it and got it to Tony Burton to get it to Gawker? Do they at least believe that in the building, or are they just not allowed to even believe that?
It's hard because I haven't been in the building in a long time, but when I was there, it seemed like the majority of people, believed that he had something to do with it.
Right.
And farms it out to different companies to try and sell them. And apparently, I think that was the case.
Boy, wait, what do you think is going to happen when my documentary comes out? And I mean, it just flat out lays it out. It just lays it out there, buddy.
Let's get Dutch Mantel in there
with this as well.
Right.
But I'm going to go a step further. Did Hulk know that he had the tape?
No, he didn't know he was even being filmed.
Okay, but after it was filmed,
Dutch breaks it down, Lummy.
I can't get over him holding his comb.
in on that he had the tape. It was recorded.
I don't think so until it was being threatened to be broadcast or published.
And did he offer to say, listen, I'll let you have this for X number of dollars?
Yeah, he did. Bubba paid it.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, why hasn't he...
So hold on, that's not true. I gave the tape to him.
Yeah. Said, listen, I'll let you have this for X number of dollars.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, why hasn't he been arrested? What are the laws in Florida as far as recording?
But Dutch, not only did I said, here, you can have the tape, but I gave him $5,000 too. Because my company was telling me I had to get out of this lawsuit or they were going to fire me.
I mean,
So like Dutch, like that fundamentally, like completely blows a hole in what you're thinking about me. And the fact that I gave him the tape to own and $5,000.
But other people were trying to get money from him. That's what he doesn't know.
Somebody without their knowledge.
Yeah, meanwhile, Spice Boy sent his wife's best friend to meet with Hogan and David Houston at the Sand Pearl Hotel, and were arrested by the FBI. I mean, like, yeah. How is people not talking? I mean, getting arrested by the FBI and detained for the FBI when they have a sting operation and a stenographer there and guys that knock the door down and arrest people? How is that not reported? You know why? Because Cox settles this whole thing one day before it starts depositions. So nobody knows this.
In your own home?
I don't know. Would have to be a federal regulation. I don't think the state would have any special
Now the guy's planning to put me in federal prison, Seth.
regulations on that. I think they would just go with I don't know, to tell you the truth.
You don't.
Hey, we can call up our lawyer.
Yeah, we've got a lawyer.
Mr.
What's he called?
Burbrower, Adam Burbrower. We can call him up and ask him.
Yeah.
Better yet, let me, when I do my podcasting tour, let's make sure I get these guys on the horn, and I tell them I offer.
You could look at that mustache for half an hour, Bubba.
Yeah, I mean they got anybody that has more subscribers on their YouTube than me, Lummy, I'll do an interview with.
Okay.
I want an answer next week on that.
Yep.
I absolutely do.
We may even have to bring him on the show, maybe.
Does he specialize in this kind of thing?
No, but he's a lawyer.
Yeah, he can research.
Nothing else. He can make something up.
Okay, Ben Affleck as a choice to play Hogan. What do you think?
Sucks. What does he didn't?
Is there anything more else, Lummy?
Yeah, I think that's it for you.
Is that it for me?
I think he's trying to make fun of Ben Affleck.
Can he just cut some of those wiry hairs?
I don't know. One to the left or right.
Yeah, like I just wanted to pick a pair of scissors and go bam.
Really bothering me.
Clem Kush will be released later today. Operation Pigmentation will be recorded today. And I appreciate y'all understanding that maybe I didn't do as good as I should have today, but I'm going through a lot, and I'll come back tomorrow better. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian Lumet.
Co-host Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire of Council. Co-host J. Diaco Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Rhett, the filthy ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.